Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Welcome to Abu Dhabi Chess Festival International Tournament, and this year is 26th edition, round 4, and we start with Master Tournament. After 3 rounds we have 6 players with perfect score 3 out of 3, and on board number 1 we have the pairings Maksudlu Parham plays with Petrosyan Manuel. Here you can see on your screen. Parham Maksudlu, yesterday he won a very instructive night and game against his countryman Idani Puya. He plays today with young and very talented Petrosyan Manuel from Armenia. On board number 2, you can recognize here very famous Bahadur Jabava plays with white pieces against Alexander Injic from Serbia, top player from Serbia. We have 15 minutes delay on moves. This is anti-cheating measures, but you can see the positions on your screens. So this is dragon variation. And 2 more players with perfect score on board number 3. Alexei Alexandrov from Belarus plays with Nodirbek Yakuboyev from Uzbekistan. Very young and talented Grandmaster. Actually, many of chess coaches, specialists compare him with Carlsen, with Magnus Carlsen, current world champion, and they call him Carlsen of Asia, probably because of his very positional style. These 6 players will decide the leader after this round. So, couple of words about yesterday's game. So, really, I would like one more time to mention the night and game that Parham Maksudlu won. Honestly speaking, I was thinking that it would be a draw. Anyway, Idani Puya really needed to play some very precise and active moves, and the way that he defended with a slight passive, he was trying just to stay, and then he made some accuracies, and then after that the big mistakes are coming. So for young generation, really I would recommend to watch this game. It was closely, and especially this the end game. On board 1, yesterday it was a really big fight between Salem and young Sindarov from Uzbekistan, and it ended in a draw. Probably the biggest surprise, I would say, of the day, it was produced on, I don't know if it's a surprise, Alexandrov Alexei, a veteran player. I mean, he's not young anymore. He won against Bartosz Soczko from Poland. So these 3 games will be very important, and we'll watch closely. After round 6, after tomorrow's round, we have a free day with a very big blitz tournament. So you still have time to register. Here in Abu Dhabi, so a lot of good grandmasters are competing. Don't forget also the other side events as simultaneous exhibition, family tournament. Why not? If you are a chess family, you are welcome to play in our events. The tournament is one of the biggest chess festival in Asia, with more than 600 players, and with a very high prize fund, more than $70,000. And today one more event started, is the junior tournament with double rounds every day. So one more interesting event, and we'll try to invite some juniors here, some good juniors, the winners in our studio. This is the game. Parham Maksudlu against Manuel Petrosyan. It started with very slow gioco piano, Italian game or gioco piano. The opening is very well known. I think more than 500 years already. So it's back to 16th century, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, you can see these first moves like e4, and then developing e4, e5, knight f3, and developing the bishop on c4. Nowadays is the method actually to avoid some lines of Spanish. So or it about Berlin, or it is about the martial attack. So when you see players are playing gioco piano, it's a kind of avoiding the main Spanish lines. So just recently in a Grand Prix tournament, it was a very, I would say, very big battle in this opening between Grand Prix winner Maxime Vachier-Lagrave from France and Mamedyarov Shahryar from Uzbekistan, from from Azerbaijan. Yeah, so we have 15 minutes delay. Soon we will receive the moves on the screen. So 4 more minutes. 4 more minutes without moves. Okay, we'll watch from the camera. Yeah, thank you. So here is board number 2, Bahadur Jabava. I think he's very well known Grandmaster. Anyone can recognize, first of all, of course, by his highly original chess play, by high originally playing, but also he's very famous in the chess world with lot of friends. He's very original in his I would say chess understanding, chess and really he's okay, this time he didn't play the most sharp and the most direct way. This is the dragon variation, which castle short. I would say very quiet line, and honestly speaking, I don't remember Jabava playing this line, because usually he's d4 player. We can expect London system from him. We can expect any opening. Yeah, it started like with as a close Sicilian, but later on played g6 and white played d4. So so this is rook e1. The main move here is, if I'm not mistaken, bishop e6, trying to play d5, and even after bishop g5, black can still play d5. If I'm not mistaken, this is the main theoretical line here. Something like 25 years ago, I played the same line with white pieces against Grandmaster Brodsky from Ukraine. Nowadays he's the coach of Ukrainian women team. So after bishop e6, bishop g5, still d5 is a move, and black equalize, if I'm not mistaken. It was back actually 1995, so 24 years ago in Russia, in Novgorod Open. So at that time it was a part of Russia Cup, if I'm not mistaken. So, but yeah, Alexander Ingic is still thinking. So many good grandmasters from Serbia, and Ingic Alexander, he is one of this strong grandmaster. Many times played in the World Olympiads for his national team. Okay, Jabava, actually, you know, many players, many chess amateurs are asking what's happening with Bahadur. So his rating is down to 2584. It's like, I don't know, I don't remember Bahadur, let's say, last 10 years with such a small rating. So his best rating, it was most probably like something like 2730, if I'm not mistaken, like some 3-4 years ago. He is the participant of Grand Prix events. He beat it, yeah, b6, not very popular move actually. Bishop e6 is much more, I mean, by statistics, much more popular. Okay, b6, so black is trying to play kind of hedgehog structure. Yeah, the bishop goes to b7 or double fianchetto. I don't know actually what is how we can call this variation. So bishop goes to b7, the knight comes, rook to c8, knight to e5 or b4, and black is trying, or sometimes rook comes to c8 and black plays for rook takes c3 idea sometimes, or just for d5. Okay, very good. So b6 shows, this move shows like black is ready for a big fight. For a big fight, no pieces changing on the very early stage. Black is trying just to bring the pieces, and why not? Why not? So now it's Bahadur's turn. I think bishop f1 with the intention to play knight d5 is the best move here. Is I mean the plan here. Of course, white can play something like bishop e3, queen d2, or bishop g5, queen d2. I don't think playing for f4 idea is, I would not recommend here. So definitely white should switch the positional ideas, like to play bishop f1, knight d5. But we know, I mean, Bahadur Jabbar is very well known for his really original way of thinking. So he never copies, let's say, grandmasters or even world champions. He always he's always has here his own way and his own understanding of chess. And this is good because really sometimes his games are highly original and very interesting to follow. Okay, let's go back to board number 1 and to follow the top board. Parham Maksudlu plays with white pieces against Manuel Petrosyan from Armenia. In the European Championship in Yerevan 4 years ago, I think I met this player. He was much smaller. Was much smaller 4 years ago. I think he was something like 14 years old. Now he's 18. And I managed to, knight a5. Yeah, this is, still we are waiting for the board, and I can explain a little bit closer for what's about this a5 move. What's about this positional move? So a5 with the idea of developing the bishop to d7 and queen b8, queen a7. This is now well-known maneuver. Recently, one more time, I would like to remind you, recently played in Vashiela Graf with Mamedyarov match in their World Cup final. Still, we are waiting for the moves, and soon we will get the live transmission. So 15 minutes delay. I believe this is kind of necessity nowadays, because really our old game of chess is nowadays somehow attacked by cheaters, I would say. So there is many scandals, many unpleasant moments when one of the player can use electronic assistance like computer or phone or other devices. So, and this measure is actually one of the must nowadays. Okay, castle short. Still we are waiting for the moves to come. So after castle short, I think bishop can go to e6. I would like to ask the option of my colleague and my guest, Grandmaster Komarov. And he will join us for commentaries, because he is busy here with his students, and absolutely no time, because the schedule of the festival is really very concentrated, I would say, with double round in the morning, in the junior, in one afternoon round.
Juniors today 3 rounds and tomorrow.
So some players plays junior and open.
Yes.
What about your group? How many students do you have playing both?
No. I know some players playing even masters and juniors. Yes.
Master and junior.
Mendonca, international master 2-4 from India. Yes, 2-4 something. He started 1 from 3. So now he's playing masters. I talked with his father, small boy. Yes, I told maybe it's not good to merge tournaments, but okay. something went wrong and he
I think he's number one in junior.
he's
by
number one,
rating, yeah?
2-4 something. It's maybe record for junior.
Yeah, so
And some strong players also from Masters came. I think it's not only one. Some players, 2-3, you can check on chess. We are checking now on chess results. Yes. Some strong players, Pranav, yes, under 14, 2-3, 16. Pranav, very difficult to remember all, these names.
So
Yes.
I think we have here
Yes.
Indian Championship.
Under 14.
Under 14, yeah.
Under
The
14.
best juniors from
Best-
India
yes,
are
under
competing in junior tournament.
No, unfortunately, Pragnanda didn't come.
Right. But anyway, many promising young kids
Yes.
from India are competing. And imagine for the players who are playing in junior and open, so 3 rounds a day.
3 rounds per day, yes, 3 rounds per day, exactly.
And this question, do you know, is allowing to play 3 rounds a day and
For Norbs, maybe not, but for into tournaments, maybe yes.
okay.
For Norbs, not, for some reason. But, soon we will come, I think, we will play.
Three games a
3
day.
games
Yeah.
per day, yes. Why not? What's wrong? Yes.
Okay,
If-
161 players in junior tournament. Lot of players, and I would like to mention that many players from our club. So Abu Dhabi Chess Club here, we have more than 50 players playing in this event and this
See
junior
now,
tournament.
Chess in UAE growing, yes. Sharjah Chess Club more than 30, yes.
Yeah. So
Yes.
chess become more popular,
More
and this is very
popular.
good.
We
And this is very
attract
good.
more players. Also this year, expats allows to play in all UAE national championships.
Exactly. This time is a new rules, new regulations in chess. So
In UAE local
so
chess.
so residents of United Arab Emirates, they can
have
compete, they
right,
can participate
yes,
in
they have right.
in the UAE in championship, but probably not qualifying for World of Asia.
Asian or zonal.
So actually, this
most
is something
probably.
new in the world because players from other federation to compete in the national team. I don't know.
They are
other
all
countries.
residents, actually, yes. But some countries residents voting, yes, in Europe, yes, residents can, not only citizens, or
Yes, but I'm speaking about chess and competing for
first
in
time,
chess.
first time.
Yeah, first time. It's
yes.
not only in United Arab Emirates, but
Yes,
I think this
all.
is
Chess.
worldwide. This is the new idea,
Mhm.
allowing residents with different.
resident
different-
permission, yes.
yeah, with different
any
federation.
country, yes, any country can play. So maybe first time was very conservative, yes, Arab countries, Gulf countries, but now first they making such changes. We don't know what will happen. So anyway, but coaches not allowed. Me and you.
Well, coaches, they shouldn't play. They should teach others. So I don't know. I don't know, Dmitry. Are you still ambitious in about your chess career? Do you want to
I'm
achieve
not
some?
ambitious, but this is very rare, award. So and I played Blitz and you played all. Somehow we played even without money prizes to get some medal like this or something in historical this, yes.
So your dream is to become United Arab Emirates
But
champion.
now it's I not alone. But in Blitz I tried to make, and first was Sargsyan, second whom was you, also one foreigner player.
So
yes.
so Gabriel Sargsyan
Sargsyan,
is United Arab
I
Emirates
was
champion.
this
All right.
year. I don't know, Miladinovic, I played against you, I remember last round, and I need to not lose to get bronze medal. So level was high. This is Manuel Petrosyan, yes? Or whom? This black.
Yes, Manuel
Now
Petrosyan, young
He
player.
is
from-
wearing which chess dress or what this? I don't know. Maybe chess, you see? Some sponsorships he got. Italian. When I saw Italian in Berlin, I am feeling so boring Today I saw some boys game, by the way. They played aggressive plan h6, d6, g5, rook g8, g4 against Italian.
Really?
Yes, and I was so happy. Yes, I like to introduce to my players same. Yes, start immediately h6, d6, g5.
And g5. Why not?
Yes,
Actually,
why
this is
not?
the way how to play chess when you are young. You need to play directly for mating attack, yeah?
Because really what I saw now Maksudlu game, I am not feeling exciting. Yes.
But
I
okay,
am-
this is the way how he plays.
Yeah.
He never tries to get an opening advantage.
Maksudlu.
Yes, yes. He plays, do you remember yesterday he played d4 and then
Yesterday.
bishop g5, knight f3, bishop
Yes,
g5.
but he can play everything. Yes.
Exactly, some slow
Very
chess.
difficult to prepare
Some slow chess.
because I am feeling boring in this opening and also Berlin. But what to do when I saw such
So yeah, as I said, playing Italian is just to avoid Berlin.
yes,
It's
and
just to
this
avoid Berlin.
in these two systems, not only me. Yes, yes. For commentating, this is very, very yes.
Well, it depends. I know some players
Depends.
they're always entering.
Sharp players.
They're
always.
always entering, let's say Berlin, or they're just
Yeah.
enter to martial attack, not avoiding martial attack. So it depends of your, I don't know,
Yes.
of your preparation, of your chess understanding,
No,
of
you
your
need
chess
big
work.
actually need big understanding. Every move here is very, very important. And every move need explanation. Why you play rook e1, why you play h3, why you play knight a3 or knight d2, what's difference? Okay, okay.
For
So
instance,
I propose, for example, to check games in chess base, players who like Carlsen, Anand, Karyakin with their comments. I think best way to understand this position.
or also,
play by
also
yourself.
we as a coaches we can explain the ideas of these moves. For instance, if you can see the board, yeah, and
Let's go.
let's say something like 10 years ago, the move a5. Even I
but
didn't
consider like big
Exactly.
positional mistake.
exactly. So it was even not a move. How can you
Yes.
play a5? But you know nowadays they are playing
Like main move.
a6
Yes.
and even then a5.
Yes.
It's a tempo down. So what is the idea? What do you think?
Sometimes I saw queen a7 there coming.
Yeah. So just recently in the match of Bashir with Mamedyarov, yeah, they played in Grand Prix. So bishop went to e6 or to d7, queen b8, queen a7.
Yes.
This is one of the plan. And also, now I can understand actually. It's just fighting for the space.
Yes. Yes.
Just
yes.
nothing. Just a simple trying not to give white too much space advantage.
Mhm.
And from the other hand, square b5 maybe not so important.
We'll
What do
see.
you think? Yeah.
Okay,
Okay,
can
maybe
we
we-
go to
Yeah, from the camera maybe we can
camera?
see
Yes, maybe
position
some
on
deep
board number
move.
1.
Some deep move. No, we don't see deep moves. So and still this
So
position.
h3, h6, h3.
Moving now.
But you know how they got to this position? Black played a6
A6
and later on
and
a5.
after a5.
Wow.
Okay.
I do remember this idea and the same Armenian school. If I'm not mistaken, Grandmaster Melkumian played against me. The same like 5 or 6 years ago, and I was shocked.
Shocked.
I was really shocked. I said, how this is possible to play a6
Yes.
and 2 moves later
a5.
to play a5.
So now bishop on e6 now. I don't know how something wrong. Okay, can we check again?
Yeah, from the camera.
Camera, who is moving now?
Yeah, bishop to e6.
Yes,
Bishop to e6
and
now.
what, b3 he played Maksudlu. Oh, b3, it's something. If I saw this move, I'm telling again, what this, how to be so bad player to play like b3.
Yeah,
But
this
now-
is really strange. This is really
Yes,
strange
yes.
nowadays they are playing chess.
Even Petrosian feel boring now, see.
I don't believe it's about boring, but you know this fresh idea with b3. Did you see it before?
What's idea, by the way? Bring rook on center.
No, probably
Or
if take, I want to take the
no,
three pawn.
okay, it's right. But what is your
Maybe bishop b2,
how
d4.
you manage bishop b2 and d4 and idea somehow d5?
Yeah, d4. I want to play bishop b2 and
Okay,
d4.
not
It's
bad.
just very simple chess. Very simple chess I want to play.
Mm-hmm.
So now let's try to understand what black can play. What
Maybe
what
like
will you suggest
always,
for black?
queen b8, queen d7.
All right, queen b8, yeah?
No, wait. Its position is, need. Can we stop this first? Yes. Maybe we can now going c3 is weak. Maybe now d5 is working. Yes.
d5,
Who
pawn
knows?
takes d5,
Knight takes d5. Okay, just like
knight e4.
suggestion.
Where
And
do you move your bishop?
Bishop b6, bishop a3.
Yeah?
Good square, yes.
And if you go bishop to e7,
a7, okay, bishop e7, I want
then
something.
this is a little bit passive.
Maybe knight g3.
Or first c3 pawn is hanging.
You mean,
Maybe I need to protect, like, let's say bishop to d2.
Yes.
And if f5, knight g3.
So what? See?
Yeah, everything is possible. I mean, just, it's important to
But
come.
d5 is not bad idea when
Yeah.
you played
So
b3.
just it's important to come up with something new.
Yes, and
Not
player,
important the
yes.
quality of the move, of not important how
I
strong is the
don't
move.
think so. Hello guys, yes. Tariq join us. Hello guys, yes, because yes, really boring. Talk and there,
Okay, so let's make some a little bit more
Let's-
entertainment. So let's go to Jabava's game.
Oh, what? Of course, Jabava game. Yes, well, at least.
Badur
Drago.
Jabava.
Recently, I checked this line, by the way. Two plan: bishop a6, knight a5. One plan: bishop e6, rook c7, knight a5.
Right.
And one plan like what happened b6. And I think b6 is Injich played right. More solid plan. More solid we can say. Cannot tell aggressive or so more solid setup. What Jabavas? What I remember, white has nothing here. But need to
Okay,
prove.
let's see the plan
Yes.
b6. Did you see the plan with b6?
I saw. Bishop
Really?
h6 Badur, of course. At least, yes, something exciting started, yes?
So bishop a6 changing these bishops.
Yes, right, no.
Do you think this is a good idea?
No, right idea, right.
Okay.
You should change.
The best idea.
Oh, who knows? Best, but right. You should change and push f4 pawns. Okay, rook d1, e5.
Okay, let's say I'm playing for black here, the most natural move,
Knight
knight e5.
Just take on g7.
Okay, king takes g7.
Okay, f4, yeah. Take.
Yeah, we
take.
have we have our analysis board, and after bishop h6, knight e5,
Takes.
takes,
takes.
yes.
Okay, Badur. f4, knight c4, take. It's not our way, yes.
f4.
f4, but I want some.
f4, knight jumps to c4.
No, f4 is not the good move, yes. I want somehow bring rook on third rank. Maybe start with rook d1.
Rook a to d1.
But I am missing pawn on e4.
Can I
Need to-
take the pawn? Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay,
And
you know
this-
here I'm a little bit worried about the
But-
move f4 here.
Okay, some rook takes c2, some
Queen
bishop
d4,
c2.
Queen
What
d4.
f4 and knight c6 can?
Here knight c6.
Yes, I'm not.
Bishop a6, double attack.
Okay.
This is a little bit tricky, of course.
So
f4.
what?
But there is simply this retreat.
Okay.
And if queen d4 check, knight f6, and
Again bishop
bishop a6,
Ace.
bishop c2,
and rook.
and black is absolutely fine.
Mm-hmm.
2 pawns up. Okay, so rook
So,
d1, the pawn is
rook
hanging,
d1
by the
pawn.
way.
Bishop f1 I don't like because you need
Knight
to play
c4.
knight c4. So with Badur, okay, he is creative player. He is
Let's try to help him with creativity.
take, maybe queen d4 I don't believe. Yes.
Why not actually? Just taking everything under control. Defending the square, the pawn on e4, and also c4 square is under control now.
Maybe.
And then we'll launch the attack with f4.
Yes, queen d4 to stop.
And if I continue to play for the idea knight c4, let's say
Something I saw here, like
f4, knight c4,
okay.
and knight b5.
Knight b5. Yes.
I think it's winning.
Winning suddenly.
Yes, queen c6, knight a7. Very important move. Okay, so promising position for Bahadur Jabava.
Normal position, yes.
Yeah, but I wanted to ask you, we are all used to see Bahadur with rating 2-7, 2-7,
Yeah,
20,
okay,
2-7, 30.
okay.
What's going on? Do you know? What do you know?
No,
this?
of course we know.
Nowadays he's 2-5, 2-5, 83.
In super tournaments he is not ready to play because, okay, he cannot play boring chess. Yes.
So
In
probably he plays
normal
open
tournaments he is playing against underrated players and losing rating. Very easy explanation, yes. But
anyway,
he's dangerous for everybody, yes.
He's dangerous, he can calculate,
Yes,
he can find very original ideas.
A very strong player. He is not player to 6, yes.
Of course, his level
He
is
can
close
be
to
to 7, but you know, to be to 7 also not easy now. Need to be stable.
Yeah, so
So
this is
men-
probably,
yes.
you need a little bit more stability than Jabava.
In life
has.
also, yes.
Go Parham.
Parham,
here we
I cannot
have,
see this. Go Parham, yes.
Here we have
Go Parham,
Maksudlu
what is
supporter.
Yes, supporter coming Irani supporters. Yes.
So let's go back to board number 1
Yes.
and to see the
95,
position.
very
Board-
strange.
Board number 1, Parham Maksudlu plays with Petrosyan Manuel. Yeah, this is the current position.
Manuel Petrosyan will spend time for his move.
How many players with the same family name Petrosyan you know? I mean grandmasters, let's say.
I will tell you a story. One time I traveled from Delhi to Kolkata to play open tournaments, famous. And I sit between Sergei Kasparov and Tigran Petrosyan. I will never repeat to sit in between Kasparov and Petrosyan.
Did you take the picture with them?
Okay.
So Kasparov
and was right hand, and after my left hand was Petrosyan. So I fully enjoy my life.
Probably you could ask some opening ideas, some
Botvinnik,
preparations.
yeah.
Actually, I'll tell you the story. I played with Kasparov, Petrosyan, and Botvinnik, but the other Petrosyan, the other Kasparov, and the other Botvinnik.
Okay, I played Kasparov, but Botvinnik
The
I did.
real Kasparov.
No, real I played.
Sergei. Okay, me too. So here 3 world champions, but we have also 3 players, not bad players.
Not
I
bad,
mean, Sergei Kasparov is a grandmaster or international?
Grandmaster,
So 3 grand.
Tigran Petrosyan, very strong player. Yes, also pro where he's.
And what about Botvinnik? Do you know him?
Which?
Ilya Botvinnik.
Ilya Botvinnik,
He's
Mikhail
international master,
Botvinnik.
I think.
Okay, some Botvinnik, but unfortunately he was not invited to the competitions.
And so Petrosyan, we know the world champion Tigran Petrosyan.
There is
And
Arshak Petrosyan, old generation.
Very famous coach of Armenian team.
Tigran Petrosyan, nowadays player, a modern player who played Blitz, famous for his blitz match against Carlsen.
Exactly. So probably you can meet him online. He is very active
Also,
online.
yes, you can. Yes, who is Manuel Petrosyan? There is some also it's a lot of Petrosyans. Need to check.
And this time we have Manuel Petrosyan,
Yes, what his rate?
young player from
approaching.
Armenia.
Yes.
He's 18 years only. So okay, so this is the current position.
Yes.
Uh,
He's
After
thinking.
B3, yeah. He's thinking what to do.
D5, because I want to use
One more time,
this.
d5. Let's check. Yeah, e takes d5.
Knight takes.
Take
yes.
by knight, and knight comes by tempo
Yeah.
to e4. So the big question is, where
Where
do you
to-
move the bishop?
What's wrong? But maybe any move. Even bishop b6 you can move.
Bishop a6, bishop a3.
Yes.
At least I'm
and
trying
rook
to.
e8.
Rook e8, and
What's wrong?
how should I continue?
I have now f4 square.
I was thinking, here to sacrifice. No, but it doesn't work. Maybe bishop a3 is just wasting time, because I need the bishop here on this diagonal. How to continue, maestro?
Some passive way maybe. Bishop d2. Very
You mean something like queen c2 or bishop d2?
Yes, some passive.
Bishop d2, and I'm not afraid of f5 because knight goes to g3.
Okay, but it's
And this pawn on e5 becomes vulnerable a little bit. I don't know. But anyway, the pawn b3, c3, d3
yeah, very
doesn't
strange.
look,
Yes, doesn't look.
And this is even not a hedgehog system, like to say, yeah, this is fine, so... Alright, so this is the current position, d5 is the but by the way, if you play d5, can I play bishop to b5?
Why not?
Trying to play against e5 pawn. Take on e4, I'll take back by pawn.
Yes, and what?
And somehow I keep good structure.
Yes, you are now happy with structure. And square for knight. So maybe, but what shall I do?
Can you play d4?
I should play maybe.
Can you play d4 here? Looks a little bit risky. Probably I can take on c6.
Take on c6.
Take back on c6? Okay, then I have this.
Yes, and halas. Okay.
Yeah, should be good for white, yeah?
Yes,
The structure
should be.
is... Structure.
Too much we are far, but
So d5, bishop b5.
bishop b5. most
Bishop b5, I
probably
think that...
e5 pawn handling, yes.
But can I move the knight, I was
And
thinking just to move the knight, I don't know, to a7 or to e7.
What's your idea? And somehow
play c6.
c6, queen b6. Yes, and catch this bishop.
Yeah, but maybe we can play d4 something.
Yes.
This typical move when the bishop goes to... Or I could play knight to a7.
Looks.
At least I'll take the bishop maybe one day. What do you think, maestro?
Maybe d5, wait with d5. But looks d5 is right move. Let to see Petrosian already
So
moved.
knight is... Yeah, d5 is a challenging
I
move.
didn't see what. Let to
But this
see
is
what
not in
he
the
played.
this is not in the Armenian school type of the position to play
changes.
d5.
So times change.
Exactly. Somehow they like
Before we remember Vaganyan
manipulate.
time, he played all life French.
right.
And Aranyan working very deep, and very hard. So even Armenians now working. Before in Armenians never work. They played by their own talent. Now all Georgian Armenian working. In our time they are going to good restaurants, invite friends, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes,
Chess nowadays.
eating, drinking. Now chess is not for lazy people, yes.
Chess actually is now more professional.
Very professional, yes. What we have.
Okay,
what
let's see
played
from the
Petrosian,
camera.
yes.
Let's see from the
Professional
camera.
Petrosian, what played.
Let's see from the camera after b3. He just
Bishop
retreated. I told you, yeah. No
Read-
d5. Nothing. Just
yes,
slow
bishop,
play.
Slow play.
slow
But
play.
Maksudlu here invited to play bishop a3 or bishop b2. Yes?
Well, bishop a3, I don't understand the idea.
What's idea? Just to move. Make
And
move.
if I play rook to e8, what exactly the bishop on a3 is
Maybe
doing?
maybe now bishop b5.
Aha.
You give me now, I am knight c4, knight e3, knight something doing.
Alright, you force me to play bishop to d7.
Yes.
And then you come
Maybe
knight
knight
to c4.
c4, I am. But now maybe knight e7, you changing.
Can I play knight a7? I was afraid of knight
Yes,
takes a5.
but bishop take f2, I saw something.
It's bishop takes f2, king takes f2, rook takes a5, and looks like black is fine. Look like black is fine. All right, so bishop a7, and this time is Parham to
Yes, to make decision. Okay,
To
what
decide.
is bishop? Maybe knight f1, but maybe I like to.
knight
yes.
f1.
No, I like move bishop somewhere by.
Because after knight f5, a1, I
yes,
can play
d5 is
now.
now is different story.
Yeah, forcing you to take on d5.
Knight d5.
And maybe I can take, okay, knight takes d5. And you don't have the jump, knight jump on e4 with tempo. So black is okay, yeah? Black is fine here. So, if not knight f1, what to do?
Why move some by bishop? Why not
Bishop to b2, let's
b2
say, yeah?
or bishop? Yes, you are still d4 preparing, but after d4 will take, play d5. Yes,
Right.
my idea. Maybe rook e8 you will play. Yes.
And now bishop b5.
Or
And if then bishop goes to d7, finally I
Yeah.
can play d4.
yes, and
This
you-
is the, I think black, I mean white was dreaming about this,
yes,
or not?
yes.
Take on d4, pawn takes b4, d4, knight b4, unless I got some square. I mean, I got b4 square. I don't know if this is very important,
No important.
you know. Still, maybe white gets some slight advantage after taking on d7 and d5. Ah no, d5 not immediately.
Not immediately.
Knight
yes,
to d3
knight
is coming.
d3 and knight.
Oof, but how to defend against? Rook to e3,
Yes, and
rook to e3, yeah? But somehow it comes under pin. I wanted to play d5, knight c4, but probably not in time. Not in time. Okay, interesting struggle in the game. Parham
let's
Absodla
to
and
see Jabava. Back Jabava is more, promising game. Especially, okay, Jabava, yes, good problem here where how to develop pieces and what to do between the two. Very simple Jabava play. Yes, against Dragon. Structure. Solid way.
okay.
Actually, he wants bishop f1, knight d5, I remember plan, yes, and enjoy knight d5, e d5, c3,
Yes.
yes, rook d1, protect d5, and slow move.
But this is a very old plan.
Old plan,
20th century chess.
old
So
plan,
nowadays,
yes,
this is
old plan.
nowadays they are playing completely
So,
different chess.
So India's tallest grandmaster in the world, yes, we must
I don't know about
After
this.
Kramnik left Tormek, he
Really?
is tallest grandmaster, yes, Injic. Yes, Alexander Injic, 2 meters and so maybe 2 meters 6 or something 10.
Are you sure
Wish-
he's a
I am sure he's the tallest.
chess player? Maybe
Yes,
he
he
comes
is.
from a Serbia national basketball team.
No, but he played. I heard they wants him, yes. But he chose chess. He made his right choice. Last time he won Blitz. Who won Blitz? Or some, so many editions. One edition he won for sure.
Of Blitz.
Yes, of Blitz. Or 2017 or 2018.
Here in Abu Dhabi.
In Abu Dhabi, yes.
Right.
Yes.
So by statistics, what is your opinion? Which players are playing better, tall or short? Because this is maybe also important, At least we have
Yes.
Nigel Short,
Yes,
very
yes.
famous
How
grandmaster from.
we will tell tall is like more than 1 meter 85. Yes.
Yeah, let's say,
Yes, we will consider. Yes, maybe tall is
Kramnik,
less tall play.
Shirov,
Short,
Magnus Carlsen is 180.
Karyakin maybe
Karyakin.
little bit up. Now Injic is
Exactly, Injic is
without
coming.
fight is coming.
But what about Kasparov, Gary? He was
Not
quite
he is-
short. I
yes,
know, 172 maybe.
Yes, you should count world championship.
World champions. World
Yes.
champions.
Okay, Magnus here
He's
and
194.
Kramnik. Yes.
And Kramnik is 192, if I'm not
Yes.
mistaken.
Kramnik and Carlsen. Yes. We should mention this too.
But
And
now-
Eve.
But if
Eve, Alekhine.
yes.
Yes.
But
so-
if you take like Karpov, Kasparov,
Yes, it's not gigant. Gigant.
Tal or
Tal, yes, yes. Even
all right,
Petros
I
and we.
don't. So
talked
actually,
today.
so chess is about the
Not about.
about
not
it's just
about.
about the maybe it's
Yes.
about the how big is the brain? No.
No, this I don't know. It's good question.
Okay, we should
Measure some making, yes.
make some research about it.
research, but chess is special brain need, that's why maybe
Yeah,
some parts.
actually, yes. So it's not always
Yes.
it's not always if the kid is good at mathematics, he
Yes.
can be a good chess player. I think there is a special part of the brain responsible for chess. So if it's written, yes, here you can be good at chess, yes, but otherwise you can't. Okay, anyway, chess is a very useful game. You can play, you can enjoy, and just have some fun. Why not? So back to Jobava's game.
Back to Joba, but maybe nothing changed.
No. I mean, Injic, yes, Injic, he's in
Yes.
very deep
And-
thinking.
But Parham played the move. Every move played in such structure is changing something, yes?
So this is the
For
current
example,
position.
where he went by bishop? On b2 or on a3?
I
Or-
believe on b2. I believe on
think
b2. but-
he didn't play bishop b2.
Yeah, back to board
Okay.
number one.
Let's do see, we
To
bet
see
some
Parham
small.
Makhzoglou if he did his.
If he did bishop b2, where is bishop b2? Bravo. So what's your idea? But now you cannot take. Maybe rook e8.
Okay, one day I want to play. One day I want to
D4.
play d4. So I don't know. It's good or bad, but I have to play d4 because otherwise I cannot maneuverate so much. So bishop b2, rook e8. We said, yeah. Yeah, this is board number two. This is board number two.
Injic, yes.
Injic is in a very deep thinking.
Fall to sleep, maybe, yes. A lot of, yes. Well, it's critical moment, by the way. Yes, critical moment, by the way, for him. So,
What do you think about such a strange move as knight a5?
Knight a5 is, by the way, not strange move. My knight a5 should be considered.
Yes, and somehow this is typical.
It's typical, yes. Knight a5 is typical move.
So actually,
But-
I don't want to put the knight on e5 because it comes
Okay, I
under
should
tempo.
change two pieces.
Bishop takes to g7.
Knight e5. He went to
Knight-
normal.
yes.
Jobava took and will play our move queen d4. Maybe. We guessing.
All right,
Yes.
knight e5, bishop takes g7, king
Jobava,
takes
of
g7.
course, ready for this move.
Queen d4, yeah?
Yes,
This
queen
is the move
d4.
that Bahadur...
What else? f4 we don't like for some reasons because maybe no time still for
So f4, I believe
f4,
knight c4.
knight c4 take, but it's not.
Takes, and
Um,
e5.
Yes.
No, e5. Actually, e5. You know that you cannot... can you take on? Yeah, you can take on e5. Because
Mm,
if you take on e5,
take
I will take back.
back on d2, knight d2 attack.
Yes.
What's your idea? Rook g4. You check. You take f6
Exactly.
check.
So you have to move the knight
You have to move knight, but now I
to
am
d5.
happy. Knight d5. Okay, and you hold.
Maybe rook d1. Maybe I'm not
Rook
actually.
d1.
Rook d1.
Yes.
I was thinking
e6 maybe.
e6 and then knight e4 comes just in time and very good. To d6, to f6.
Yes.
What do you think, maestro?
Maestro agree. Yes.
What about the move
uh,
knight g4?
Knight g4.
Oh, yeah, knight g4. I was thinking this is a blunder,
Very
but not.
complicated.
Rook d1?
I don't want to go endgame.
You don't want to go on game. Because I was thinking in the end game,
I
white,
don't believe, yes,
white
I have
controls the
something,
file,
yes.
and then I can play h3. Okay, but if not end game,
But Dorsey, he took fast, and after, okay, he has... It's question if he will play queen d4.
yeah.
It's not...
Okay, so this is the position, and of course, Queen d4 is the move that we prepare, but f4 is still possible. Maybe he will try to calculate. What else? What else? What else?
We need to protect on e4 also.
King white plays very slowly. I don't
Bishop
want.
f1, but knight
Queen
C,
c1.
Queen c1.
Somehow I want to play rook to d1 and queen c1, of course. Not
such chess. Yes, Queen c7. Okay, knight b5. So maybe a6,
a6,
b5, b4. Where is your play?
yeah, exactly. I need the rook on d1. I need the rook on
Yes.
d1. So this is not the best idea. So queen knight to e5. So queen d4. Queen d4, Bahadur.
Queen d4 played, Bahadur?
No, he didn't
yeah.
play. He didn't play, but
He didn't play. I saw bored.
but
Yes.
don't find other ideas here, except
Mhm.
queen d4. Except queen d4. I don't know. Yeah, we said knight takes e4 is a threat. Yeah, we cannot play rook d1.
Mhm.
We cannot play rook d1. Once again, maestro.
Once
Still, I
again.
want to play rook d1
You want, I know what you want to play. Knight c4, bishop takes c4 and e5.
and queen d4. here
Yes.
I want to play.
Oh, so deep.
And if it takes bishop c2, f4.
So deep, even I give you back. Bishop d1.
Rook d1,
And some
something.
move like
Queen c7. Yeah.
Queen c7, alright.
No, black is fine. With
Yes.
3 pawns for 2 pieces. 3 pawns and the rook for 3 pieces.
Bahadur, Queen d4, what? Bahadur. Queen d4. We predicted, yes. This is bad.
So we can say that these guys understand a little bit chess.
Who knows? But what we prepare against Queen c7, I forgot.
Knight b5. I
Knight
think.
b5, Queen b8.
Or
Queen
actually,
c-
no, queen c7.
Something we saw
no,
like f4,
f4. And if knight c5
Knight
here,
c4,
knight c4, knight b4.
Yes, we are winning some material, yes.
Alright,
Queen
so
d4,
queen d4.
Bahadur c.
This is a cool move.
Cool move, so what to do?
You know, I would play knight back to d7. I don't know why, but I like this move. Knight to d7. Maybe I want to play knight c5. Maybe I want to play one day, maybe, I don't know, e5. No, I don't want. Now looks passive, yeah, knight d7.
Looks, yes.
But you know, it's somehow preventing the move f4.
Why?
Why? Then I play
Rook
knight.
takes c3 or what?
No, queen takes.
Like,
No, knight
yes,
c5. I
knight
wanted
c-
to play.
Bishop f3.
Bishop f3. And e5, typical.
Can you?
I can sacrifice. This is not my position. Not my pawn.
Not your pawn, yes.
so
Okay, this is
maybe too far. Yeah, takes.
too far,
takes,
yes.
takes.
You went too far.
I don't see compensation. I don't see any real compensation.
Queen d4, this injich, yes.
So queen d4, yeah, the strongest move in the position. Bahadur played, so some small problems for black to solve.
No, of course.
Yeah, because you know this bishop e2 variation.
Bishop e2, this poisoned variation.
Really?
Yes. When somebody asked me what to play, I am going here and yes, Khalifman playing. Khalifman is clever player, very
But
experienced.
somehow you know
His way.
it's, I don't know.
Knight b3 key here, yes. Playing and like this, knight b3, bishop. Why you're not entry complications
I'm a little
with
bit
b3?
skeptical about this
Yes.
line because I don't know. It's somehow it
You
just
are
gives
not
any.
entry in big, analysis of all dragons. That's why maybe.
Yeah. Actually, I played myself this bishop e2 variation against. I mentioned it against Ukrainian Grandmaster Mikhail Brodsky 25 years ago. It was at that time a stage of Russia Cup in Novgorod. So 1995. 1995.
With big
A
tournaments
long
was. It's
Exactly,
like
it was a-
Grand Prix with Kasparov, yes.
Yes, very
And
good.
some open Yes, in parallel, yes. Like here, festival, Novgorod, yes.
Right, it was the main tournament with Garry Kasparov, Kramnik,
Yes,
Shirov,
yes.
all these big guys.
Kramnik, yes, all big names.
And the open tournament with many
Yes,
grandmasters
yes,
playing there.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, Dmitry, let's go to Parham's
What
game. Board number
Parham?
one.
But
Board
I
number-
think Petrosyan will not make us happy, yes? He's still thinking.
No, 97.
97. Okay.
Actually, the classical plan. Knight goes to g6, and then knight
Yes.
h5, knight f4. And you know, it's
I
exactly
don't
the
know.
bishop is bad here on b2 because the bishop
Because knight
do not
should
control the
do-
F square
Yes, this is perhaps. If d4, he will take and go d5, and
let's
you
show
will
this
get
to our
isolated.
audience.
I am
Take
not sure
straight.
about taking on. By maybe knight take d4,
But can I take bishop d4?
but you can take everything.
I'll give the bishop.
Yes,
I'll
take,
give the
take
bishop.
d5.
And then we'll
yes.
get this classical position, good knight against bad bishop.
Yes.
It reminds me
No,
Other-
this,
other
this I
Bacteris.
don't. This I don't want to get.
Averbach-Keres game
Mm-hmm.
when the knight on d5 against black square's bishop. All right, so back to game. I don't know. I prefer.
Parham also
What did he play? No, he's still thinking.
Still think.
So white. Can I play the same? I mean, just copy you. Knight f1,
Knight f1, knight g6.
knight g6, knight g3,
Okay, now I am ready to bring knight on f4.
knight f4, and when the knight is on f4,
D.
still yeah, d4,
Still.
d4 is there.
But okay, take d5.
Takes, and the same problem, the move d5. The move d5 and black is totally fine. Black is totally fine. Here, white should think, not to get in worse
No.
position. So back to this position after knight e7. What else?
Mm-hmm.
What else?
Good position for black.
Good
Yes.
position. Yes. Yeah, the position is.
Good position for black.
Can I play this such a strange move like knight h4?
Can I play g5?
Yes, I was expecting. And queen f3.
Queen f3. Can I? Okay.
Knight g no, knight g6 is not
Knight,
possible. King g7. What's wrong with king g7? White is forced to play knight f5 check
Okay, play.
and take by
Bishop.
by bishop. Yes, take by pawn.
And d5. Oh,
I'm trapping
oh.
the bishop.
No, trapping, but I got. No, d5 it's. Or trapping.
Yeah, trapping the bishop. Bishop b5, c6.
I cannot play like bishop d5, c4, cannot explode, nothing.
I'll
yes,
take by queen first. Yes, so this is
Okay.
not the way how to play.
Okay. So 97 looks solved problem. Yes, Badur maybe Injic thinking.
So knight e7, just a good move. Just a
I
good
am
move.
Looking for my watch to maybe check open tournament. I will
Bishop
leave.
takes e6. Okay.
I will
Thank
move.
you. Yeah.
No, I will back after I let maybe a little bit stay more to check openings.
All
What
right.
happened? Some players, believe me, still didn't come to play, especially from juniors. Yes,
Didn't come to.
it's third game. If you have third game, maybe
Yes.
still.
So we have
need
different
time,
schedule.
yes.
At 6 o'clock started the open tournament here,
Mhm.
and of course, and the open tournament is still same round 4.
Yes.
Round 4 started at 6 o'clock. All right, so we can make some conclusions after 1 hour of play. So on the game Parham Maksudov with Petrosyan, it's about equal
It's about
position.
equal.
think-
Jabava got some slight edge, yes.
Yes.
At least position is unpleasant for his opponent, yes? He
Yeah.
didn't, it's not Injic's expectation. By the way, why we cannot make some observation of other games, yes?
Okay, let's try.
Let's try, yes, for example, what we have. Let's try
On board number 3, two players with the same perfect score.
Yes, Alexander Abdusatorov and capital letter A, typical Alexandrov style, playing for. But I don't believe he can beat Abdusatorov in this style. Yes.
Because Abdusatorov is very, I
Yes.
mean, they play in the very similar style.
Similar style, yes. So
Both
this.
like saying end games to.
Okay, it will be draw.
It's your prediction, it will
Yes.
be draw.
This.
Still, you know, only queens are off of the board, so the rest of the pieces are.
Okay, but symmetrical structure, very. But white is slightly better. Yes.
Yes, white is slightly better. And I believe Alexei Alexandrov, he will try to.
He will try to manage. Yes, but we trust to Abdusatorov. Oh,
This
this
is board
is
number
board number 4, and Tipov should be happy with draw. Yes.
Okay, he's
Okay.
spare and I
But
believe
I
it's
don't. He took this bishop. Okay, yes.
still the position is about
Position
equal.
about equal.
All right, so wow.
Oh, Salim Salek by Jin Shi. Why so? But Salim is.
So we have after less than half an hour, we
Let
have
us
already
see.
24 moves
Let's
played.
see what some Grunfeld. No, King's Indian Salim.
Nowadays, he's
Oh.
King's Indian player.
Strange, really strange.
Okay, white is trying to play very safe. And he lost a pawn. You know, I lost the pawn the same way with Grandmaster Chekhov. With Grandmaster Chekhov. This is big mistake here, Bishop G4.
Why big mistake?
You
Really?
You should take on
Maybe
G1.
the all preparations
No,
of
and play
regarding
Bishop to G4.
regarding time
No,
was.
this is the correct move order, Grandmaster. Yes. Because
I
after-
trust you if you played before, but.
Yes, and this is just losing a pawn. Because you cannot take by rook because knight d5.
Mm-hmm.
And if you take by knight, I take and win the pawn. It's very
Yes.
famous. Okay, maybe, I mean, there is enough compensation here, but still a pawn up. Still a pawn up.
But now I like Salim position.
You like, despite the
Yes,
pawn up.
despite of.
A pawn up for white.
Yes, but why is this so fast?
King h6, king's match to h4.
Я ничего не понимаю. I cannot understand anything. Yes.
Yeah, that's really strange.
Yes, so many moves.
That's really
Need
strange.
to check by.
But actually, I
James.
don't understand. What do you want? You play king h4, I just put my king on g2. Then I start pushing my pawns.
Yes.
b4, c5, b4.
So maybe I was wrong. Salim worse here. Yes. Looks his piece is active, but position is worse. Okay, let's go.
So what was this famous Soviet time quote? So according to Master,
Mnatsakhanyan.
yes, white is pawn up.
Yes.
And we don't have like,
recently passed away Mnatsakhanyan. Yes.
Really?
Really.
I didn't
yes.
know this.
Yes. Old Armenian master. Yes.
so white is just a pawn up, and this is also our opinion here. White is
yes,
just a pawn up.
Pawn up. Yes, and
Maybe
Salim
some
need
compensation,
to
but
manage. Yes.
all right. Let's
What?
check some. Oh, let's check some more games of today's round. Board number 6, I think, is Grandmaster Can Emre from Turkey plays with
Yes.
Polokitin and
Some
Ray.
position famous in theory, yes? Queen d3 or queen b3 line in Meran, d3, d4, queen c4, b5, after b4, queen d3, b4. Okay, let them play. This is still...
Yeah, let's go back to board number 1. To board number 1, we have...
No, I want to see some young talent like Pragnanda maybe, or...
Why
so.
not? Why not?
So who is also Abdusatorov we saw, what doing Yakuboyev, who is also youngest here.
And half of these are your students.
No,
No.
not all.
Not all.
Okay, I am not asking this. Yes. No, just I am checking what something players about whom talking now chess world. Yes. So Pragnanda I want to see, just we didn't mention him, what is his, even I don't what is his position in tournament.
I thought you know better. You know,
No,
you know this.
After he won this,
Where is
Krivoru-
he exactly?
Where is Pragnanda? He's long, no, they put him like P, so long name. They put him like something Grandmaster P. Yesipenko we not mention against Indian. Sumia playing, yes. Where is?
It's quite far. I don't see him playing.
Oh. Something.
Are you sure he is participating?
Yes, I saw him today on breakfast.
All right, I trust you.
Yes, very strange. Pranav Bajjarani. Sindarov playing 2 points.
Okay, I think we can check this later.
Yes, now maybe
Yeah.
I will. Okay, what happened in our 2 games?
So knight e7, and white is still thinking. White is still
Yes.
thinking. This is the current position in the game, Matsuto and Petrosyan. Can we have from the camera maybe because with 15 minutes delay, maybe they already.
No, still maybe now.
Parham is still thinking. Okay, that's important moment.
Important,
I
yes.
think Parham understood that
Yes, he.
slowly he can be worse. He can be worse if like playing some normal moves like Queen C2, Rook D1.
Yes, it's
White.
no time for. I don't like bishop on b2.
Yeah, and pawn on b3
Yes.
and everything. Yeah.
Jobava, see Jobava.
Okay, let's go to board number
Jobava
2.
thinking his opponent
Board.
plays some move. Wait.
After Queen,
Queen
D4.
d4, he played something, yes. He played. Oh! Knight
E6.
c6, Queen e3, e6, Rook d1, Queen e7.
It was the move. How
Maybe
it was?
Knight c6,
Right.
Queen e3, e6, Rook a d1, Queen e7. Again we like Jobava. Yes?
Yeah. So here we got a hint from
Yes.
our viewers. Thank you. Pragananga is playing on table 21.
Yes! How many points?
How many points? So where
Yes.
is he? Where
Prague is in table planet Ivanchik.
it's just PR.
Yes, I told you PR.
PR, okay, it was
against whom? Rakesh Kumar Yena. Oh, so Sveshnikov, sharp Sveshnikov. I remember I played this position with black one time in in 1996.
Hard to
somehow.
believe. First of all, because as I know you are very solid
Yes,
player
very
playing
well,
French.
yes. But Sveshnikov this time I need to play sharp.
I
yes.
don't believe you, Dmitry. Sorry.
Can you check some games? You know I played. Actually I played.
Exactly this position.
Very similar position I played this.
Okay, one more
Yes.
question. Did you play with Alekhine, maybe? You're not that.
No, idea is you take f5, e4, something like f6, take f6 maybe some
Just
move.
take an f6, yeah?
Yes, how it was. But why I play e4? I can take on c4, wait. So many pawns under attack.
No, this is the theoretical line.
Theoretical this,
Taking
take,
this,
take,
Take by bishop
f5,
And
yes.
here there is an intermediate move, if I'm not mistaken. Somehow white sacrifice an exchange on c8. But how?
We cannot find.
1 second. So here the queen on b7. Yeah, this is like
Yes.
not a new move. Not a new
Not
move.
a new move. I played this queen b7. It's no way.
So d5 one more time.
Even 1994, something I.
Take on
Can
d4, and here it was an exchange sacrifice. Here it was an exchange sacrifice. I don't remember exactly how it is. Something connected with rook takes c8 and take the pawn on f5, but maybe it's not about this. So queen to b7. Yeah, this is the current position.
Yes.
This is the current position. So what to do?
What to do? Oh, also interesting game. We can, this game we can observe. Yes,
Yes.
we can talk about this. Rakesh Kumar, also small boy.
How
Lutz
old
is
is
young.
he?
We can check, I don't know, chess results. We can. So we need something, we didn't invite small players and ladies. we made some mistake on our, not mistake, just we
Okay, I hope
yes,
today we'll have in
yes,
studio
today,
some juniors, some
and
promising
some,
juniors, and
yes,
some lady players.
yes, we need.
By the way,
yes,
who is
the
playing?
best lady, Sumia, best lady Indian champion,
Yeah, can you
playing
check?
against Yesipenko. Also, should we pay attention for this game?
Yeah, Grandmaster from
Yeah,
India.
Yesipenko is
Sonia.
promising Russian player. You know, some Russia needs some. Okay, how is position?
This is Karokan
Karakan,
variation. Yeah.
but who is?
And here white is thinking after knight e7. Something like maybe f4,
You need to protect
f4 or bishop
pawn.
g4, and
Don't believe bishop f4. Maybe f4.
what about the move bishop e3?
So
I
deep.
think you can take the pawn on e5.
And what you mean? Queen e5, knight f5. How?
Exactly.
I
and
cannot.
I now win the piece.
Yes. So bishop e3 should be in consideration.
Yeah.
Take knight e4. Interesting, Yesipenko.
All right. What else do we have here?
What else? Some, direct fight. Yes. Petrov. Jobava made move. We will.
Let's see back to board number 2. Bahadur
Yes.
Jabava.
Bahadur played Queen c1. Retreat. Yes. Yes.
That's really
super.
very strange.
He
move.
wants queen going on b2. I don't know where somewhere. And yes. What's idea? Jobava never.
What about this
Maybe
move?
knight d2, b3, queen b2, knight c4. Yes.
It looks like
Regrouping.
regrouping. Yeah.
Knight d5 he prepared. Bishop
This
f1,
is
knight
one
d5.
idea, Maestro. And the second is
Yeah.
your old plan. Now I understood this deep idea. I want rook d3
Yes, and rook
h3.
Big brain Jobava.
Rook
Yes.
d3,
rook
rook
d3,
h3.
rook h3. Yes.
Exactly.
Jobava,
your old
very
idea.
difficult to find such,
Yeah. And actually, it's always good to have the rook against the queen.
Yes.
So just queen goes to c1. White prepare the maneuver rook d3, rook h3.
So, but now when we
Sometimes
know
knight d5.
idea, we can stop by knight e5, for example.
Then I'll play f4.
f4.
Are you ready to lose so many tempos?
Knight c4.
And rook
Oh.
d4. Let's go with all our pieces.
Okay, wait. So, by which move we can start? Maybe I give you more than. Yes, I give you.
Yes, so queen c1, very deep idea.
Deep idea, Bahadur. Yes.
So preparing
Knight b4, but a3.
a3, yeah. So rook d3, rook h3. Okay, this is not like winning maneuver.
Yes.
I can play after h5 or knight g8. I have some defenses. So, for instance, okay, if I
No.
say I'll chase like rook d8, you play rook d3. Do you play it?
Okay, let's play.
Rook d3, and now I play
Now and you take pawn for rook h3
and play
and
h5.
h5. Yeah. So looks dangerous, but nothing dangerous. f4, knight eg4.
Exactly.
And you are happy because you got counterplay. So what? Back, okay. Back, rook d3 we will not go. So what? Bahadur will go knight back, knight d2.
What about bishop f1 first?
Bishop f1, it's my move.
Just in case. And you know what idea?
Classical move, yes.
Maybe I can bring both rook to
Another
the
rook, rook e3, yes, knight d5.
Knight d5
and
can
some-
be an idea, yeah.
F4, knight d5.
F4, yeah.
Okay, let Bahadur, yes. Who is alone? Let us stay. Where is Maksudlu made some move. Good. I saw
Let's go back to board
he's
number 1.
writing.
After knight
And
e7.
okay, and I will go to check my students.
Thank you, Dmitry, for
Yeah.
coming to our studio.
Will.
And we are waiting
Good
to you
results.
to yeah, we're waiting to come today and of course every day. So knight f1. Knight f1,
Expectation.
just a quiet move. Okay, it's very slow play. Slow play. So actually, in Italian, gioco piano, it means slow play. So it's exactly about this opening. So White is playing slowly, trying to bring the knight on g3. Black is bringing his knight to g6. I don't believe this is something like real happen. Okay, so let's move back to board number 2. Jobava plays with Injic. And after queen c1, very nice maneuver, very nice idea, preparing to relocate the rook. Rook d3, rook h3, maybe sometimes knight d5, f4. After 1 hour and 20 minutes of round 4, we have couple of interesting positions, but on lower boards. On first 2 boards, it's a slow play with nothing concrete, with no sharp variations. I believe in the middle game we'll have some. We'll have like more action, and of course we'll check also other boards, the juniors, the promise of juniors. Yakuboyev plays with Bartel. This is also interesting game. And Salem, yeah, actually, wow, I don't understand. Players are blitzing. Players are blitzing the moves. So it's move 26. It's move 26 is a deep end game and the game of Salem. And what's going on? I don't believe everything. This is home preparation, or maybe they're just repeating a game. Still, I don't believe. I don't believe on this one. White is just a pawn up. Maybe not so easy to convert, but it's not the reason to blitz out. This is just playing instantly all the moves. All right, so we will go for a short break, our first short break, and after it we'll just couple of minutes. We'll be back following our main tournament, our master tournament here in Abu Dhabi from 26th International Chess Festival. Stay with us. air from Abu Dhabi Master Tournament round 4. And we have some very interesting chess today. I would like to mention Bahadur Jabava's game against Alexander Injic from Serbia, I'm sorry, and bishop takes e2. Yeah, actually somehow we found the idea. We understood the queen c1 move with rook d3 later on. Bishop a6, rook h3, and bishop takes e2. This is the current position. So it's a very important moment to give check on h6 or to take on e2 immediately. So I don't know. Okay, of course white needs to calculate, yeah, but queen h6 here looks tempting, but from the other hand it gives black a tempo. Let's say queen h6 check here. Yeah, I can show this on the board, on my board. So queen h6 check, king g8, rook takes e2, but it allows black to come into defense with the queen. Queen f8 followed by queen g7, and I don't see any continuation of the initiative. So queen f8, and I believe the position is about equal. So maybe queen h6 check is just a waste of time. White should start with immediate move, rook takes e2. Anyway, queen h6, I don't believe. Actually, black can try h5 here. h5. I was thinking to play a little bit tricky idea, tricky move, queen to g5, and obviously black cannot play knight g4 because rook takes h5, winning the pawn, but I don't know. No, the rook is not trapped. The rook is not trapped because after queen takes g5, rook takes g5, knight e5, I can play h3 and save my rook. And one more idea, I don't know tactically if it works. On knight e5, I think I have the same tactical motive, same tactical idea. Rook takes h5 here, using the pin, this double pin. So taking by pawn is impossible because king is on the pin. Taking by knight is also not possible because losing the queen. So yeah, this is very interesting tactical idea. So rook takes h5, even on knight e5, rook takes h5 is still possible. But from the other hand, what is the threat? What white is threatening? What is threatening? I don't know. Maybe play f4. Maybe to bring the knight. I mean, I don't know exactly how to bring the knight. Some knight d5 is in the air, or pawn f4. Okay, anyway, h5 might be considered as a weakness. Maybe not so much. Okay, so after bishop takes e2, Jabava needs to decide queen h6 check or just recapture immediately on e2. Honestly speaking, I would prefer to take rook takes e2 and leave this queen h6 check for a better time. Because if one more time, I would like to repeat: queen h6 check, king g8, rook takes e2, queen f8, and looks like black is fine. Let's try to see from the camera. Did Bahadur Jabava made? No, he didn't. He didn't play. Bishop is still on e2, and white is thinking to give check or not. For the other hand, after in the end of the variation, after queen f8, queen h4, white can continue the line. So white is down to 56 minutes. Black is down to 42. One more time, I'll just to remind you, because we don't have here, let's say, the full FIDE time control. Here is 90 minutes for all the game plus 30 seconds per move. This time control was introduced, if I'm not mistaken, by, I mean, in Kirsan Ilubzhinov's time, in the end of 90s. I mean, at that time it was, I would say, like a revolution in chess. I mean, how can you play such a short time control? But honestly speaking, I mean, to me this is the best time control. You don't need to play this additional half an hour, or you don't have to have a two time trouble in the game. So after move 4, I mean before move 14 and after, just you play once. So this is, in my opinion, this is the best time control. So 1.5 hours till the end of the game plus 30 seconds. But of course, this is my opinion. Some players, especially from old generation, they prefer a longer game. For instance, Boris Gelfand, he likes the 7 hours time control. All right, so Badur is still thinking. So really, this is important decision to give check on h6 or to take on e2 immediately. Let's go to board number 1 to our leaders. Parham Maksudlu plays, yeah, this is board number 2, and Badur Jabava is still thinking. Yeah, he took immediately on e2. This was my recommendation too. And after rook takes e2, white keeps the idea to give check on h6. And on h5, white can move the queen to g5 or to play f4. So now it's black to decide to play h5 or not, to play or not. In my opinion, I would consider to play here, and this is really like an important defensive move. So we have a special guest in our studio. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah. Hello. Hi. How are you?
Fine, thank you.
Can you introduce yourself? Because
Yeah. My name is FIDE instructor Praful Zaveri from India, and I'm a part of the coaches accompanying the Indian team. All India Chess Federation normally sends a big contingent of junior players and sub-junior players and even grandmasters for the exposure tour. So this is Abu Dhabi is very special for us as this event gives players a lot of exposure, playing with strong players, and we are part of this contingent, and we look forward to come here every year.
Yeah, because half of the players in master tournaments are Indian, and not only this year. As I remember, last year edition, from 160, 90, or no, from 108, 90 players.
90 players, yeah. This year we have 76 out of 151.
Wow, wow.
So again, that is more than 50%. Yeah.
And how many in all three events, in Open and Junior?
I feel like even means we have to take the entries who are given it directly, the number should be easily in excess of 110 players.
Wow, it's really. Okay, can you tell us about chess in India? Because I mean, everyone knows that it's very much supported by federations, by local governments, by private sponsors, and to me, soon India will be country number 1 in chess.
Yeah, it's growing at a phenomenal rate, and thanks to the exploits of Vishy Anand, and every young kid wants to be like him. And the federation has, I think, done a unique thing. More number of tournaments. We have like a FIDE rating tournament starting almost every day. So that is something unique. Means to have 300 plus FIDE rating tournaments in a year, and add to that the number of Grandmasters tournament taking place. Now it's nearly 12 in a year, and it's growing. And besides this, we are hosting a lot good number of official international event. We have World Youth at Mumbai this year, followed by World Junior at Delhi.
So under 16 and under 20, yeah?
Yeah. No, that is youth is 14, 16 and 18, right. And junior is under 20.
Okay, and both events in October this year?
Yeah. So follows one after another. We have at Mumbai from 1 to 12 October, and then 13 onwards it starts at Delhi, the World Junior.
And now India start to organize also, I would say, elite tournament in Tata.
Yes.
Tata Rapid tournament.
Tarsan is coming in November, so I think that's a big thing for India to have him.
So what about this tournament? How Indian players are doing after 3 rounds?
I feel it's a good start. We saw a lot of upsets by Indian players in round 1. We saw Divya Deshmukh defeating Grandmaster Onishchuk, and then we saw Nihua being held to a draw by Shrijit Paul. So I think the results are good, and I think the exposure tour that All India Chess Federation has planned is paying off.
I remember myself back to 1999 or 2000 playing in Calcutta Open. I mean, this was my first impression of Indian chess. A lot of young, promising kids. At that time, I remember Sandipan, who else? Sasikiran, Ganguly, really rated 2-2, but competed with Grandmasters. And this generation, I would say it's even more, I mean, they have like more quality of knowledges. You have a lot of players, but what about coaches? Who are, let's say,
I think the biggest name is, which needs no introduction, is Grandmaster Ramesh.
Yes.
He is here with Pragananda. He has molded Pragananda and other young kids. I think is doing a super effort in making India at the top. And besides Ramesh, we have international master Vishal Sareen also.
but this is about let's say academies or and big cities. But what about let's say small cities, provinces? Like how chess is developed there?
Chess is like there also it's growing means at a very fast pace, and coaches we have a good number of coaches. Of course, the imbalance is there, but still I think means it's meeting the requirement, because the number of young kids who are taking to the game is like very huge, and we means like slight imbalance in number of coaches. But again, then a lot of players who are already experienced are coming into the field of training, and they are imparting training. And like in India, it's very competitive. Means like everybody wants to be, every parents want that their child should be like Anand. And
This is, of course, it's this a name. Actually, I would say that India is very lucky because of Vishanant, because otherwise it will be really very hard. And even here in Emirates, from this year, the government allow expats player to compete in the national championships.
Oh.
Yeah, this is something new in the chess world. Because usually you need to have the federation. I mean, to be in the same federation.
Okay.
But in UAE, any resident, any kid that is born here or lived more than 5 years, he can compete with local players.
Okay. That is, I think, very good, and this will help not only means popularizing the chess in USA, but also bringing up two countries together, closer ties with other countries.
Yes, and even here in our Abu Dhabi club, we have many players from India, young, promising kids. They are playing in Abu Dhabi and in India too. I would like to let's compare the number of the players. So, how many participants do you have in national championship, national junior?
Say, if we take any national, means we conduct national right from under 7, and so that players are means basically it's a selection event for world cadets under 8 next year. So you see like any national right from under 7, and we go on to the senior level. The participants is nothing less than 500 to 600. We find usually 300 in boys and 215 girls section.
And what is the let's say the system? How it works? Chess clubs and chess schools. It's fully private, or this is government part of the one of the let's say system. How it works? How it works?
Basically, the coaching academies are mostly private, not of the government. The one which are under government basically works as a state federation, which conducts all these official championship. So like they in a way supplement each other, but a lot of private trainers and private academies and private chess schools which help in popularizing the game of chess.
And how do you manage to bring, let's say, sponsorship money into chess? Because this is like, I would say, biggest problem in many European countries and all over the world.
Not so in India. Like many sponsors are now willing to come forward. Like we have one Microsense which has now sponsored a few Indian players to train with Kramnik. It is starting in second week of August. 6 players are going there. And as for tournaments, we have a huge corporate like in Mumbai, where I am conducting one of the biggest international tournament, Mumbai International Chess Tournament. It is the most prize money tournament for under 13, and as well as for the Grandmasters. So total prize fund is around 70,000 US dollars or 50 lakh, and it's sponsored by a private banking called IIFL Private Wealth. So this type of sponsors are coming. We also have it in Delhi, where the private sponsors are coming. So I think they have a big contribution. We do get support from them. Government support is there, but it's restricted mostly to the official championships.
The national team,
Yes, yes, for participation. Yeah. Now Abu Dhabi, the team has come, the entire team. So that entire expenses has been borne by the government of India.
Wow, that's really great. 100 players by government.
Yeah.
Okay, and who do you think will win this tournament? Of course, an Indian player, but maybe young Pranagananda, maybe another player. What do you think about chances?
Yes, we feel okay. We so always root for Pragananda.
Okay. What about?
But I feel it's strong players are there. Bahadur Jubawa is there. Param Maksudulu, who has played in India and has won Mumbai Open. Then we have Idani Poya, who won the Goa International Open. Yeah. So I think very prominent names. Too early to say, but I think it's turning out to be a very interesting tournament.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
For
My
coming
pleasure.
to our studio. I wish you good luck to all your players, because really here in the United Arab Emirates we have very close Indian connection with chess. For instance, the championship, I mean, one of the biggest chess tournament here is the championship of Indian schools, with more than 500 participants.
I see.
So
Amazing.
even UAE championship is not that
Not
big
big
as Indian schools. So
Okay.
I was the arbiter there, and,
Oh,
it's really,
wow.
and it's really very good event, very well organized.
And who is conducting that basically?
Sorry?
Who is conducting this event in UAE?
I don't know exactly, but there are many Indian schools here,
I see.
and they play their own. They have their own championship, with more than 500 participants. So
that is something new to us also.
Yeah, and it's a very interesting event with many players. They are preparing. They have their teams. I mean, it's a really very interesting event, and it's and from this year, I mean, it will be like even closer connection thanks to this new rule that expats players can participate in national championship.
That is amazing, yes, and I think it's a very good step, and will help in fostering the relations between these two countries.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming to our studio, and I wish you good luck, and to all Indian players.
Thank you.
Okay, back to our game. So Jobava, the most original and interesting player nowadays. He plays with Grandmaster Injic Alexander from Serbia. So India, of course, is a great nation, and thanks to Anand, really, I believe soon India will be #1 in chess. Of course, competing with Russia, with United States, with China, and with many other smaller nations. And wow, to me it's really amazing number of the players. So imagine half of the players from, let's say, from 600 players, 300 about players are from India. It's really amazing. And comparing, I would say, to other nations, of course I don't want to say anything like, but really Indian players are very well organized, they're hard workers, and they really have big chances to achieve, I mean, the good results. So nowadays, if you see Anand, Hari Krishna, Vidit, Ganguly, Shashikiran, Adiban, a lot of Grandmaster rated 2.6, 2.7, 2.6, and young generations are coming, Pragananda, and many Gukesh and many others. So they are really great. Okay, back to our games. So on board number 2, Jobava plays with Injic Alexander, and yes, somehow I was lucky to predict the move H4, H5, F4, and this is the current position. Honestly speaking, instead of F4, I was thinking to play Queen G5, but okay. Of course, Jobava knows better. He understands chess, let's say, much deeper. So F4, but somehow the move F4 cut off the queen from the attack. I would consider, of course, first, just one more time to remind you, Queen to G5 first, and later on, White can play F4. I don't know. Okay, the move F4 is on the board. F4 is on the board. Actually, Black is quite solid. I don't believe like white's attack can be like decisive. E5 is not a threat because E5 I would take and play knight to G4. F5 allows the knight to come to E5. No, it's typical Sicilian position where white took some risk because like playing F4 discovers a little bit, let's say, the king. So now like any jump at knight G4 and then A6, B5, Queen A7 might be very dangerous. Actually here, I don't know, I would consider to play just A6 with the B5 idea, later on Queen A7, Knight G4. Okay, of course there is many others possible ideas on the board, but this one somehow I like very much. It's a typical Sicilian, yeah, just to bring the pawn on B5 and threatening to play B4 and the diagonal G8, G1, A7 might be a problem soon for white. All right, we didn't see for a very long time the top board, the board 1, and where Parham Maksudlu plays with Petrosyan Manuel from Armenia. The bishops are off from the board. Are off of the board. All right, let's try to understand how. After D4, this we have Queen C6 and Queen B3. Yeah, I believe this is the current position. This is the current position. Yeah, this is the current position, and Rook E8. Black's last move. Well, it's not an usual structure for Gioco Piano, yeah, because somehow the double C pawns. I mean, it reminds me to let's say something connected with Nimzo, I would say. But anyway, okay, interesting and original position. Here, I was thinking to play a typical Nimzo pawn sacrifice, starting with C5. C5, and the idea is quite okay. Let's say if black cooperate, like D takes C5, I play D5. Black plays, let's say, Queen to D7. Of course, maybe Queen A6 is much better, and C4. And what do we have? What do we have after? The bishop on A7 is just, in a very ridiculous position. The bishop on B2 is a monster attacking the pawn on E5. Later on I can jump knight E5. I can bring the rooks to the third rank. I believe it's really full compensation. Or I can play bishop C3, queen B2, creating this battery, this strong battery. No, it's a full compensation. It's a full compensation. But of course, there are many intermediate moves, yeah? So C5, first of all, black is not forced to take on C5, yeah? So black can wait white to take on D6, let's say playing just a normal move like Rook D8, and if white takes on D6, pawn takes D6, black can try to play D5, and if white plays D5, now it's not the same story, because let's say after Queen C7, black bishop on A7 is very active, attacking F2, and I can move the bishop to C5. Black is very solid. Black is very solid. So C5, of course it works, but it's interesting pawn sacrifice, but black is of course not forced to take. And if black takes here, that I would consider to be a mistake, because after C takes D4, D takes C5, D5, it's even worse, because white got very, let's say mobile pawns on E4, D5, ready any time to move. The diagonal, the long diagonal A8, H7 is just, bishop is just amazing on this diagonal. I can jump with the knight on F5. Now this is just bad for black. So of course we can expect this from weak players, but not from grandmasters level of Parham Maksudlu and Manuel Petrosyan. So C5, anyway C5, I like the move. This is interesting. Maybe not immediately, maybe, white can play this idea later, but C5 is always in the air. Let's say white, the other idea, white just centralized the rook, yeah, Rook D1. But here Okay, let's try to calculate. Rook d1, e takes d4, c takes d4, knight takes e4. Can black do this? Because if white takes on e4 and plays d5, let's say knight takes e4, rook takes e4, d5, I have a very nice retreat, queen e8, defending the rook. And I don't see anything concrete here for white. And if white plays immediately here d5, of course bishop takes f2 wins for black. All right, so rook d1 is let's say possible, but anyway I like very much the move c5, this positional pawn sacrifice. Positional pawn sacrifice to try to close the bishop. Unless after d takes c5, d5, black can play an intermediate move c4. And taking the queen, I'll take the queen back, and if the queen moves, I'll just move my queen and the bishop is closed. So, no, probably c5. Yeah, white of course should keep in mind this idea, but probably it's too early to do this. So rook d1 is just a normal move, just a normal move. Okay, so the game started to be a little bit sharper. So it's not anymore gioco piano, it's not anymore slow play, but the position is already start to be complex with pawn structure changed, and white should take now a very important decision. So otherwise, if white continue to play slowly, black will queen to b5, queen to b5, white is continue to play positional chess. Positional chess. Let's swap the queens, let's go to endgame, and I'll try there to beat you. This is Parham Magsudlu's thinking. No tactics today, no pawn sacrifice, no attack. No, I'll just want to play the endgame. And the game that I want to follow is Salem's game, because really it's a deep endgame. So in my opinion, Salem, I don't believe this was home preparation or something like, I don't know, because it's a pawn down. It's a pawn down. Okay, there is some compensation thanks to active king and opposite color bishops and active knight on d4. But anyway, just a pawn down, and I don't see any concrete ideas for black. Maybe just pushing h5 and g4. But after h5, I don't know, the king is a little bit stuck on okay, g4 and trying to penetrate with the rooks. Hard to believe. Okay, maybe bishop g3 and then g4. Anyway, okay, let's say that whites just push the pawn. So g4 immediately, I don't believe this is the move, because I'll just take the pawn, take, and now the king on h4 become vulnerable, so I want to give check on h3 and then check on h5. Now probably g4 is too a little bit too premature, so bishop g3 first, trying to push g4. Anyway, I don't believe. I think just white is clearly better. Okay, I can just continue my march of the pawns. If g4, I'll take on g4, takes. Actually maybe it's not that clear, because white wants to play rook to g7, and white cannot take on g4 because rook f2 is coming. Well, I don't know. Maybe start to be some compensation. Finally. Really, I would be very much surprised if Salem is still on his own home preparation. Hard to believe, and I don't know that this is okay. This is the current position. Interesting endgame. White is pawn up, but black pieces are very active, and the idea of playing h5 and g4 deserve attention, and I believe this is the way how black should play. Let's go back to to board number 2, to Jobava's game, because after move f4, black immediately jumped with the knight to g4. Immediately jumped. Okay, I was thinking, yeah, one more time, I was thinking black should improve the position by playing a6 and b5 and later on knight g4, but black decided it's time to jump directly to g4, so knight g4, and white played rook to f3. Rook to f3 with h3 idea. With h3 idea. Okay, so it's a slow game, so there is no direct attack, so just I want to play h3 to force the knight to move it back. So yeah, it's normal game. It's normal game. Jobava is down to 25 minutes to no, Jobava is 43 minutes, black is 31. So ladies and gentlemen,
Yes, I'm back.
Mike,
From tournament hall.
exactly.
Yes,
So
exactly.
please share some impressions.
Yes, some impressions. So I want to pay attention for Volokitin game. Volokitin now it's like 16 minutes. Yes, left 16 minutes. Position very complicated. Queen came on a6. I think this is current position, by the way. Now he's thinking.
So black is thinking more than 15 minutes, yeah?
Yes, yes. Okay, no, this is exact time on his clock now. I don't believe now there delay or not 15 minutes for sure, because when I left I maybe took 1 minute from tournament hall and it was 16 minutes 40 seconds. Now it's 15 minutes 23 seconds. He is still thinking in current position. Looks dangerous for him or not. Pawn down, but queen is on a6. Yes, how is very complicated.
Well, what about the pawn on e4?
Yes, can you take and
Okay, let's say I'll take the pawn.
yes,
So this is
immediate-
typical, let's say, style. First you
yes.
take the pawn, then you think.
Yes, if you not take what other idea to catch queen by rook b8 can be but I cannot catch queens.
I have the square c4 or d3
Take
now.
on e4, what? It's like some position like Grunfeld, I remember.
And push the pawn?
Push or short castle? Or push?
Probably short castle, yeah? Why, I don't know.
Yes, it's difficult to make choice. Push pawn is more, yes, more aggressive.
More aggressive and concrete, but can I
yes,
take the...
knight b8, maybe you can.
Oh, and here I found a very beautiful tactical idea.
I will take what to do.
Take,
Show
take, take,
me
and rook
idea.
c7 at the end.
Bishop g2, rook g1, and okay, let's continue. Bishop
It's not
g2,
that simple, yeah?
bishop where? d6 or d8? Bishop d6 maybe, or maybe. Okay, yes, it's not so
And
simple.
black managed to save all his bishops.
But you
yeah?
can take and play bishop f3.
All right.
But I will play knight d7, and somehow it will be.
And if, of course, I can try
Yes,
threat another,
try bishop
but
e5.
just g6.
Okay.
Okay. And
Okay, this position should pay our attention. It's complicated. Also, Pragnanda, check Pragnanda. Pragnanda is
Board
very
number
21. Thank you for our spectators. Yes. In the game was, yes, it's current position. Now bishop c2, and Rakesh took b takes c4. My question is so simple. Why not knight takes c4 now? I think you can take knight c4. I didn't see how black can play, how they will defend. I have so many threats now.
so
Rook
many
e3.
threats.
So many, I think so many I have ideas. Yes, you cannot take, I can play rook d1, knight e3, rook
Okay,
e3.
let's show first why not. Why this is
Bishop
losing.
takes and f6.
Yes, on any queen retreat.
Any, yes,
f6 is
f6,
coming.
yes, finish game.
So this is the current position.
Current
White
position,
can take on
yes.
c4.
Why can take Pragnanda thinking, but I don't know why.
Maestro, what about the move queen c6?
Okay, queen c6. What is your idea? First of all, by what you want to take?
I
by
want-
queen.
Yes. And if we are back on air from our studio, round 4 of Abu Dhabi Master Tournament, and you can follow the game between Parham Maksudlu and Manuel Petrosyan. So white is a pawn up in the end game and with very big chances to convert the advantage. So yeah, the only thing, no, white is 13 minutes and 45 seconds. So we'll follow the game from the camera. From the camera, rook b6. So I believe rook takes b6 is the move to play here, and rook b6, knight b6, and take one of the pawn on c5 or on a5. Yeah, rook takes b6. Rook takes b6. This is definitely the move. I don't know. There is no choices actually. Yes, and he did it. Rook takes b6, and now actually white needs to try to find the, let's say, the best continuation, the most technical continuation, which pawn to take, on c5 or on a5. Okay, so it's more logical move, I would say, to take the pawn on a5 to create a passed pawn, but from the other hand, taking the c5 pawn would allow white to have connected passed pawns, which is also a big advantage. So I believe the position is very close to winning for Parham Maksudlu, and he is very close to take the sole lead in the tournament. So Parham Maksudlu will win this game. And can we move to board number 2 to follow Badur Jabbar playing with Injic? Yeah, thank you. Wow, that's really amazing. That's really amazing how the position changed. So Jabbar is down a rook, but for a very strong attack. He sacrificed the rook. Now rook on h8 is under attack. Knight d6 is a threat. All the pawns are hanging. Very interesting idea. So we can follow the game only from the camera, because it's very hard to reconstruct after the break the moves on the board with 15 minutes delay. So queen takes f6, What black can play here? Move the king to g8, then the knight comes to d6. Very interesting. So it's not easy to reconstruct the moves, to put yeah, rook g8, yeah, this looks like the only move. And rook to d8 taking the queen. Jabbar is winning. So we have two decisive games and two leaders. Jabbar will win this game. Yeah, it's nothing to continue. I think nothing to continue. Serbian Grandmaster understand it perfectly. Just, I don't know. Just black is lost. I mean, the queen is lost, queen for two rooks, but look at the black's king. And do not forget about the connected passed pawns on the queen side, and just white collect everything. No, it's time to resign. It's just time to resign. It will be no big surprise if Grandmaster Alexander Injic will just resign here. So rook takes b5, played on the last second. Wow, ladies and gentlemen, 31 and check. Yeah, no, this is just winning. Rook g7, take on e8 and take. So Jabbar won the game, wins the game. Okay, so here white can choose between queen h8 or rook takes e8. Everything wins here. Yeah, queen h8. Now queen d6. Okay, that's let's say the matter of, and Serbian Grandmaster. Yeah, we can see the resignation. We can see the resignation in chess. No, okay, it's nothing to continue, but just giving the queen for free. Check. King h7 and queen f6. I believe it will be the last move in the game. Queen to f6. Just move the queen from d6 to f6 or queen f8. This is just a matter of taste. I mean, anything is winning here. Of course, Jabbar will think a little bit just to be precise, to calculate, but really nothing to continue. Queen to f6, queen to d7, okay. Attacking the rook and the pawn on f5. Let's stay on this game, because soon we'll have the first result on top boards. So first decisive game on top boards. And yeah, resignation, and and Bahadur Jobava played a very nice attacking game. It's a little bit pity we missed the most important moment of the game when White sacrificed the exchange. But I really want Jobava to join me here in this studio and to show us the most important moments of the game. So, congratulations, Bahadur. He is the sole leader, and let's move to board number 1. I believe soon Parham Maksudlu will win his game. He is 2 pawns up. He is 2 pawns up and winning position. I don't believe. Actually, by the way, it's not that simple. You know, it's not that simple because pawn d5 is under attack. The knight is under attack. No, still White needs to show good technique to convert this to convert extra pawn. So knight d3. Knight d3, White can play here. Knight d3 attacking the pawn on e5, and no, knight d3, king f5. It's not that easy. It's not that easy. I have the feeling that Parham maybe he missed the best continuation. Maybe he missed the best continuation. So Black is down to 5 minutes and 20 seconds and really needs to defend this not very pleasant endgame. So knight e4, yeah, knight e4, this is just a technical way. And if knight takes d5, let's say I'll continue rook to b1, or first f3, just to stabilize the knight, to cement the knight, and then I can continue with rook b1, rook b5, or c4. All right, so unless there is some tactical win here, like I don't know, attacking the pawn on a5, like knight b3, or knight to d3. But I believe knight to e4 is the best move here. Knight e4, knight takes d5, and simple move f3. Knight e4, no, knight b3. So yeah, young generations, they are choosing the concrete approach to the position. I don't know, I would play knight e4. I mean, but okay, I mean, I'm from the, let's say, from the other school, from old school. So knight a5 is the threat. Knight d5 I would play here without even thinking, because you need to take this pawn, you need to have some counterplay. Knight takes if d5, and I believe White's idea is to play c4 and try to push c pawn as far as White can. So knight takes d5, c4, knight b4, knight takes f5. Yeah, White keeps a pawn up and good winning chances. Good winning chances. And Manuel Petrosal is still thinking maybe rook c4. What about this move, rook c4? Honestly speaking, I don't believe. After knight takes a5, rook takes a4, I just move my knight to c6, or no, actually you take the pawn on d5. No, rook c4. Okay, it's a candidate, and maybe not a bad one. Candidate move here, rook c4. Okay, knight takes d5 or rook c4. These are two moves. These are two moves that can be played. Can be played. Once again, Black is down to 3 minutes 43 seconds. So I want to also to follow the game of Salem. So Salem plays on board 5 with Bai Jinshi, Chinese Grandmaster, and it was very sharp endgame. Very sharp endgame, and really, yeah, he took the pawn, and here I believe White can play c4. Can I play c4? It's just two connected passed pawns. To connect c4, and if knight. All right, now I understand the idea. After c4, Black wants to play knight b6 back, and after knight a5, rook c5. And White will lose, but it's a knight endgame, and one more time knight endgame with the pawn up. So Salem is close to win the game. Wow, that's really a miracle, I would say. because the game started as exchange down. Yeah, here I would like to show the position on my screen. This is the current position, and white just need to resign if this is the correct position. Knight e2, the rook is under attack, and if rook moves somewhere to d3, doesn't matter. It's beautiful checkmate. Knight g3 checkmate. Wow. Congratulations to Salim. Really, I'm impressed. I'm impressed because I thought black blundered the pawn after the opening, but definitely it's not a blunder. It was a good compensation in end game, and with a very interesting plan, bringing the king to h4, he managed to. Okay, we have a special guest in our studio, double world champion. Yeah, double world champion, Abu Dhabi chess player. And welcome Roda Al Serkal. Please join me here. I'll put this microphone. Just a second. What did you do today?
I won.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, so what do you think? Because we don't have the time now to analyze all your game. Can we stay on Grandmaster's game? What do you think? And look what Salim played. Really, I want to show you something very interesting because I know you are King's Indian player. And let's see this game from the beginning, yeah, on the computer, on the screen. So on my screen, d4, knight f6, and here Salim sacrificed the pawn in the end game. Look how it was. Bishop g5, yeah. And one more guest, yeah, we have, yeah, just after a couple of minutes, we have the winner of and the leader of the tournament, Bahadur Jobava. Just a couple of minutes, Roda. What do you think about white won the pawn, yeah? But it seems like very good compensation. And at the end, black managed to create a very strong threat against white's king. Do you see how much is important to have active king in the end game? Yeah. Bringing the king to h4. And here, knight e6, yeah? Black is ready to sacrifice the exchange on f5. And sacrificing now the exchange and bishop here. And takes the king takes h3. And knight e2. Can white move the rook?
No.
Why?
Knight g3.
Knight g3 checkmate, yeah. This is the way how the game ended. Okay, so how is your results? How is your play here in open tournament? How many points do you have?
2.5.
Out of 4. Ah, not bad result. Okay, and how do you appreciate your games here, your play? How do you play? Good, bad?
Here I play better than the previous tournament, so I'm happy about it.
Uh-huh. And I know that you made the draw with a very higher rated player than you. Yeah, 300 rating more. And today, who was your opponent today?
Shah Jia.
Okay, also a player from our club. And how was the game?
It was kind of a surprising opening because it was like weird opening. It was like e4, c5, knight f3.
e4, c5, knight c5. I'm sorry. Knight f3.
d6.
Yes.
c3.
Yes.
And d5.
d5 here.
It's like losing a tempo.
Right. Yeah. So you just take and play d4. Yeah.
And then d4, bishop g4, bishop e2, and knight c6. It was a blunder because I take on c5.
And why this is a blunder? Can I take it back?
No. I played. I mean, after knight c6, I played bishop e3.
Bishop e3 here.
Yeah.
All right.
And now she played e6.
Yes.
This was the blunder. She should take on d4.
On d4 first, yeah.
Because now she's losing the pawn. But then I just give the pawn back so I can destroy the king. Here she played rook d8.
Right.
queen to a4,
Very good move.
and then knight f6, castle.
You decided to give the pawn back, yeah?
I can play rook d1. And she took the pawn. It was not very good for her taking the pawn.
Rook d1,
Queen to a5,
h5.
h5,
Yes.
queen d8, h3.
Right.
Here she should play bishop on f5 because g4 is not maybe very good.
Wow, but the bishop is not hanging on c5?
Yeah, but the knight on b1.
On b1. Well, I believe anyway it's good for white, yeah? You
She
can-
took on f3. That was not very good here.
Okay.
Here she played queen here. I took on c6. Here she took the bishop on c6. Very
On
well blunder.
c6, yeah?
And then just play queen a5 and take the bishop.
And take the bishop.
And
Okay, congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you for the game, and I wish you good luck for the rest of the games.
Thank you.
Okay, and we have the winner and the leader of the tournament, Badur Jobava from Georgia. He won a very nice attacking game. Please welcome to our studio, to the stage, Badur. Congratulations.
Hello again, thank you very much. Good evening.
So, please share. Please share. I'll give you everything. The computer, just show us some high-class analysis of the game, because really the game was impressive. The attacking.
Thank you. Okay, I think it was our first meeting with Alexander in classical chess. We played a few times in Blitz, I think. It was a pleasure for me to play because he's real good player, fighter, and also he really loves chess. I know that he's like working much. Also, with different, I think, different coaches, include with Alexander Marzevich. So he really loves chess. So we need to appreciate that. So today I was happy to meet such a player who play for win and also give you chances, and like.
Yeah, it's
would-
always challenging to play
yes,
such
yes.
a players. Yeah.
I was sure that game would be at least interesting. So I decided to play today. I start with e4 because when
Yeah,
I
you
checked
can
his
use the.
ga-
You can use
yeah,
the. Yeah.
when I checked his games on second move knight c3, I think he usually play for Sicilian neither. So I had something in mind against d6 now. So I would better keep it for next games. But
Yeah, of course.
he played knight c6. Okay, I had choice with bishop b5 or go for what I played, knight g2. Sometimes I also using g3 moves. The classical line in this system, like we know that Vasily Smyslov was using much such structure, and with
Yeah, and also Boris Spassky.
Boris Spassky with
Yeah.
great successes. But of course, theory developed since that, and black is okay in online. So knight g2, it looks like most principal line. The point is that after knight f6, I would play d4, and now it's kind of rouser system. So he could not achieve neither. That's why.
At least not so easy.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
because I have big experience with black color in rouser system, so for me it was a smart choice, I think. So he played g6, d4, knight d4, bishop g7, and I went for not so principal line, knight b3. Of course, bishop b3 is the main line, knight f6, and in some moment queen e5. Yeah, it's a long theory. So, but I had some experience after knight b3. I played a few games before with this move, and I think last time maybe I played against Gelfand also, against top player. After a big fight, actually it was in European Championship, Team European in Greece. You've been there, if I remember well, yes?
2011.
No, I think later.
Later, yeah.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, and after big fight we managed to make draw. But okay, this time knight f6. I think Gelfand also played knight f6. But also interesting to start here with d6. The point is that after bishop b2 you have choice with knight f6. Anyway you go, or bishop c3. I was also playing with black. So d6, I think it's more smart way to start with. But knight f6, okay. Bishop b2, d6. Immediately castle. Probably you have to face again g4 also, because this is even black with reverse color with such position. Even black goes for g5, you know.
Right.
And
yeah.
there is, you know, you have to be careful. You have to know where. So d6.
Yeah, in English opening.
Yeah, you just waiting move until we castle. So castle, normal move, castle, rook e1. I think if I remember well, maybe I'm wrong. Bishop e6. What
Yeah, bishop
Gerfand played against.
This is
him,
the main
move.
theory,
Yes.
theoretical
Yeah.
move.
b6 I was also used few times in my career. These moves, black when I faced this position. Quite interesting move. It's like the point that you are not opening your cards. You just develop and then see what opponent will do. Because after bishop e6 main move, it's more forced variations there, because you are forcing to do something.
Bishop g5, d5.
Bishop, yeah, something, or bishop knight d.
Bishop
yeah,
f1,
yeah. So after b6, it's like positional play and for long term. So bishop g5, I thought this logical move is because I want to provoke at h6 with either bishop 3 with queen d2 with tempo. But okay, I don't know how much it's useful, but at least it was some point. So bishop b7, queen d2. Not allowed h6 anymore, so rook c8, this is normal. Also was interesting rook e8 actually here, maybe not allowed the change of this strong bishop, maybe. I don't know how good is it for white, but at least it changed the paint of position. So rook c8, and I went for bishop e6. The idea that if black will take on h6, I did not understand. After knight b4, rook h3, during the game I calculated this line. Seems extremely dangerous, but it's not so, because my knight, my rook is hangs, and also he wants to play queen f5, queen g7. I don't have one tempo to bring my knight on g5 or play f4, e5, and I think it's nothing for white, maybe even bad. So that's why I decided to put my queen on more safe way, queen c1. With two ideas. If he would play knight e5 to play bishop f1 with rook e3, rook h3 ideas, and also knight d4, just keeping pressure, you know.
All right.
Yeah, I push my position back, but it's like, you know, very careful. Black has to be very careful. So queen c1, he played logical move, rook f8, and actually I'm not sure about my next move, rook d3 here. I think I should not allow it. Once I played, I realized that I should not allow this exchange of bishops, because black is more passive here, and any exchanges maybe favors for them. So maybe it was better to keep again pressure with bishop f1. White pieces are quite nice placed all, and another rook who goes
exactly.
to
Rook e3, rook h3 without changing.
Yeah, so maybe this was more smart way. And for black, it's not so easy to find useful plan here, because d5 does not work. Knight does not have any real squares, so probably they have to start to assault a6, b5, but it takes time. Once I will play a3, it's actually nothing special, so I put my rook on h3, he must go or for h5, which creates g5 square weaknesses, also g6 pawn in the end, or king g8. So quite passive position for black, but nothing real special. Also knight d5 is thanks, some moments. So I think bishop f1 was most logical move here. I don't know why I went so hard. I was so happy to see this idea, so probably like kid, you know, when you see candy, you don't think about anything else. Bishop f1, of course. So I play rook d3 and bishop e6, strong move, of course, and now black is absolutely fine. So rook h3, bishop e2, and I realized that queen h6 actually is nothing. It's like even not bluff. It's just stupid idea, because he played king g8, rook e2, just queen f8, and suddenly queen changed place with bishop. It goes to g7 with fianchetto, and then starts assault a6, b5, and looks to b2 square. So this I actually did not like much for white. Also idea knight d7, knight c5, when once queen on g7 is very nice placed, protecting everything. So I realized that queen e6 is stupid. I just took immediately rook e2 with psychological point, you know, like you want to
keep this idea in
keep
your
idea,
mind,
and actually I didn't want to go for it. Maybe smartest way was king g8, just not to create new weaknesses. And I think position is about equal here, objectively, because white also has not real attacking chances here, and has to be careful with queen side assault of pawns. But after h5, I didn't like this move, because it creates, you know, g6 square weakness after f4, f5, also g5 square, some you know, some tactical ideas coming. So, and I think I found the best move, maybe f4, at least
I was
tactically.
thinking here queen g5, playing for tricks.
Yeah, with something like rook h5,
If knight g4, rook g5,
Yeah.
and you know, if queen g5, knight e5, same idea, rook h5 works.
Yeah, but I did not play it because I not threat something real here. I didn't like because of knight e5 here. And he goes to knight c4, and I have to be careful because my first line also weak, b2 is weak. Also, you have to. I did not understand what I was going after d5 here. I didn't like this move actually. Also d5 and.
And it's a weakness on the back rank.
Yes,
in
and
some
94. I
variations.
have to be very careful not to lose immediately here. Yes, with these weaknesses. So I decided to go f4 because I found that after d5 at least I will have draw. I think. But I think he should play it because otherwise it's very passive. So
Right.
d5 maybe was the best move, and the point that f5 immediately maybe doesn't work because he played d4 I think, and after knight d1 d3 and then he started knight d4 ideas. I'm not sure. Maybe I
Right.
miscalculated. Maybe I can take with rook and take with pawn. I don't know. Maybe I'm still. But then ef, yeah, and my rook is hangs. Yeah. So and the point that actually I was going for ed knight d5 f5 variation. This was my point, but he can take on c3, and I cannot take with rook here because gf, rook g3, king h7. I think it's just draw after rook h3. I have to force draw because rook g5 is blunder after rook
Wow.
rook d1.
Right.
And the point that I calculate this variation, knight e7 he has, and black is fine, yes. And I think after knight c3, I have to take with pawn. This I was calculating during the game, and that now we see the point. If pawn was on h7, it's nothing special, but now his position will be destroyed if I allowed me fg. So I was calculating gf, rook h5, and I thought that black is fine here after queen f6. But some practical pressure because rook e3, yeah, I want rook h3, rook g3,
Intending
but
rook g3.
my
yeah.
feelings was telling me that black is okay here somehow. Maybe not, I don't know, somehow king f8 maybe.
Or knight e7.
Or knight
Bringing the knight to g6.
yeah, some knight d4, rook g3, I don't know. Immediately
Knight
maybe it's not
g6.
good because queen h6 always.
King g8.
Or king g8, yeah. Yeah, okay, something like that, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. Check, king g8, knight d4, and maybe black is not bad and white also not bad. Maybe knight e6 is hanging some moments. Yeah, okay, something like that he should probably play, and black is okay here. That's the how to say it. This all my problems begin after rook d3.
This is the
conclusion.
consequences of
Yeah, consequently, exactly.
Right.
That's what I wanted to tell.
after
yeah.
move rook
Yeah,
h7.
but without f4, I'm just worse here, I think. That's the point. I was going for this variation, f4, because he wants to play d5. I cannot play rook d3 because d5, ed, knight b4. Black
It
is
comes by 10
slightly
points.
better in
Right.
such structure. So f4 is practically only chance. Because if he not plays d5, then again it's not. And of course, after game, Alexander was complaining that he played stupid move, knight g4, what he said, because he's absolutely no idea.
Yeah, just losing time. yeah.
Losing so much time and without any idea. So maybe I don't know what he.
I was thinking here instead of knight g4 to play a6 b5.
Yeah, immediately.
Immediately.
Yes, of course. Not to
Try-
waste. Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah, of course.
Trying
some-
to play for
yeah,
the
yeah.
counterplay on the king
Yeah,
side.
I
side.
was thinking to maybe f5 was interesting already. Maybe I have to start some action because knight e5, knight d4. I'm playing some queen g5. But okay, black should be okay.
Yeah,
here.
black b5, queen
Yeah.
a7, knight g4.
Yes, yeah, something.
Also there is some ideas.
Yeah, some ace. Yeah, of course.
Queen a7,
yeah,
knight d5,
yeah,
knight
yeah.
g4 is coming.
I think it should be a equal position anyway. I'm not worse, I think, here. But okay, and after knight g4, it starts problems because I put my rook on f3, nice place. He played, I think, a6 now.
Right.
So h3, I think, logical. Knight f6, and I'm not allowed h4. This is very important. Queen e1, and I always put the pressure, keep pressure. b5 and king h1, very strong move because knight d5 doesn't work immediately. He takes and check. Also, I'm not allowed d5 because I take, and now I will have f5 and no check on e7. So it was very important move, king h1. I think it was best in the position. I don't know what computers say, but for me, my feelings was telling me because b4 doesn't work because of knight d5. And I think it's positionally collapsing
Yeah.
for black, take
Yes.
f5 and everything. So he played rook. How he played? I
To
forget.
h8,
Rook h8 he played
rook c7 first.
after king h1, yeah.
Rook c7.
Rook c7, yeah. Now knight d5 it does not work because I think he takes and takes. No, 1 second. Sure, it's
No, it's not. It's not.
what I made. King h1.
Did he play b4?
I need to see blank maybe.
Yeah, let's see
1
the
second.
score sheet.
Yeah, sometimes we need score sheet. Which number is move?
This is move 24.
24. queen e1, b5, king h1, rook e8 he played. Yeah, rook e8. Yeah, exactly, rook e8 he played, and I played a3 here because knight d5 of course obviously doesn't work because rook on e2.
Yeah.
a3 is almost forced. Yeah, I'm not allowed before. And we're waiting. Well, I'm waiting. Also, he had. I think I was much ahead with time here, like 20 minutes more or something. So he played rook c7. Actually, I did not understand the idea of this move during the game. Maybe he just was waiting. Probably yes. More logical was rook d8 maybe, to at least
Rook
to
from c
yeah
to d8.
pretend that you want to play d5. I want to play anyway queen f2 with either queen b6, something like that, and then maybe queen c7 here. I don't know. I think f5 doesn't work because of knight e5, and I mean normal position. Okay, I
Right.
have some ideas, he has some ideas, but after rook c7, queen f2, all suddenly it starts problems here because queen b6 very annoying move comes. Sometimes I want to change even knight d4. Also, I was had idea in my mind to play knight c1, knight d3, and you bring this knight in the play, and then always e5 in the
Yeah,
end.
and the square e5 is very
Yes,
important.
and then knight e4 and f6. So I have more ideas than black. That's for me was more easy to play. Rook h8, logical. It seems logical. He wants to play h4 and start to counterplay. But I think now I played a good move. I played rook d3. I found another weaknesses on d6, and I want to play rook d2 and queen b6. So he has to play something here. He played h4. Probably he miscalculated that after rook d2 it's already big problems here because you cannot protect with rook on d7 because queen b6. Knight h5 doesn't work here because I take on d6, and queen f6 he cannot move because knight d5, and white is winning here because here is not real threats. Once I play king h2, and yes, so that's why Alexander played a5. I think he had big time trouble here, like 5 minutes or something like that, or 6 minutes in such positions. It's disaster. So I played queen e3. I think it's good move because otherwise, if I would take on d6, he played b4, and after e5, bc, ef, black is better even. Yeah. So queen e3, I'm just keeping e4 pawn. Also threatening to take on b5 and d6. Some moment I have also e5. So what we ask more for one move, right? So he played a4 because b4 doesn't work. So, I would play knight b5 here, and after ba, I just simply take ba because after knight c ab is unpleasant, and then
Right.
to take on d6, I think it's not so real compensation here, and so that's why he played a4 in the game. Hard to advise something. I don't know. Maybe computer will find something. Actually, here was critical position for me after a4. I had choice between knight d4, what I played, and knight b5. Knight b5 was very tempting, but after ab, knight c7, of course not bc because rook c2, rook c3, but he takes on c7, and all suddenly, if I take with rook or doesn't matter with pawn, he will play d5, and I think black is completely fine because my king is weak.
Yeah.
If I play e5, knight e4, all suddenly pawn and h4 on the place, then another knight will come to f5. Black is maybe better.
No, if knight gets out
Yeah,
first, so
yeah, disaster because until my
Right.
at least one pawn will promote, he will mate me. So I did not like this much. So I played knight d4, what seemed more safe way because he cannot exchange on d4. Rook d4 is just simply lost. Yeah, I put my rook on b4 or d6 or b5, and so knight a5 only hope. But I think I played a good move b3 here, not
yeah,
allowed.
this is really very good move.
Yeah, because he cannot play knight c4 here.
Yes.
Because I take bc, knight e6. This was very important moment. If king would be on g8, then it would work. But now it's rook d6 and completely winning position.
But anyway, if the king on still with the king, on d6,
Still I can take.
on d6
Still,
and the rook is,
yeah. So still I can
and
take.
the rook is hanging.
Yeah, it doesn't matter much. So AB he took, and I think now he had about 2 minutes without increment after 40 moves. So it's like almost hopeless practically to defend this. Maybe only another Alexander could help, could play it better. Yeah, Grishuk.
Grishuk,
Because
yeah.
he's very strong.
Yeah,
In, he for me maybe he even played better because he's not bored anymore, as he say, classical chess. So he played rook b7. Actually, it's hard to advise another move because I want to take on b5. I don't know. I have to check with computer later. And I went for forced variation here. Knight c b5. I calculated this till the end. The point that I think the last scope was d5 here. But he told me that he didn't like that I can play e5 at least, knight e4, rook c2. And maybe it's not so real compensation. Okay, I will put my king on h2 and
Yeah,
just
and the knight on
a4.
a5 is very
Yeah,
bad.
I'll play a4 and the white is simply better, right? But he went, of course, he had not much time to calculate circumstances after e5, but I think it's losing by spot because after I take on e5, he cannot take with queen because of knight d6, and once he takes knight a5, losing queen. And he was actually, he was in this position was a big blunder, I think, if I would start with knight f5 here, because he would take on gf, knight d6. It seems completely winning, but it's not so because rook h5, very strong move here.
Wow.
And all suddenly it's contra because knight b7 fe or ef, then knight e4 or even knight b7. It's not so clear, yes.
Yeah.
And this I did not like. So, but I calculated till the end because I think after fe d knight e5, I think it's hopeless because it's forced variation. Queen g5. He cannot play king h7 because I have queen a5 check and the king h6, rook d6, with completely winning attack. And he has to play king f8 after queen g5, what he played. But after rook d8, knight e8, rook e8, he cannot take with king. This is a problem because I have queen g7, very strong move. And I threat queen h8 and knight d6. You cannot protect this boss, at least what I was thinking during the game. I don't know what computer says, but. And after rook b5, queen h8, rook d8, it's over.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
so
over.
he took with queen, and he was important key move, queen f6 first, because he cannot take on b5. I think I would take on h8. No, I take on h8.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, h8, king e7, and queen h4. And the problem is that king f8 is not possible because rook d8. f6 is not possible because of queen h7, king e6, ef mate. And if you play king f8, simply rook d7, and it's all over because you need to sacrifice big material. And I think actually I did not calculate it much king e6 move because I saw that after ef should be something, but I don't know. I think it should be winning, yes, but maybe we'll computer.
King
Now,
f5 is
please
done.
now switch computer now in this moment.
All right.
Maybe it will give some zero now. This one thing I did not calculate it carefully because my feelings
No,
was
it's completely winning for white.
completely winning, yes?
Yes.
What's rook?
I don't know if you want the move. I think rook d6 should be.
Yeah, rook d6 with mating ideas.
No, we
yes?
don't have the moves, but
Yeah,
but okay, rook d6 for instance.
yeah, okay, so should be. Yeah.
This is winning, and
So my feelings was right in this.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So that's why he was forced to play rook g8. He told me that he calculated this with like 90 seconds on the clock, but he missed it after rook d8, rook b5. I have this very important check on h6. It's winning immediately because king e7, queen d6 mate, and after he played rook g7, anyway queen d6 check, and it's no need comments. Rest. Yeah, it's winning.
okay. Congratulations, very beautiful game.
Thank you.
Only one question,
Yes.
and not from me, from the auditorium.
Yes.
What happens? Your current rating is 2584. We are used to see you somewhere near to 7.
Yeah, I have to give some handicap to people, no? To have some more adrenaline, the people know that I like
Because we are
adrenaline,
used to see you somewhere there playing with top grandmasters in Grand Prix in the top board at the Olympiads, but nowadays Jobava is 2584. So really, we hope that you will come back soon.
Thank you very much. The point is that you have to play very bad little opens, where is a little money, and then people think that you are completely weak-minded, yes? And where is a big prize tournament, suddenly you switch engine, yeah? So they need to change mind during the game, during the tournament. So, but actually I had big private problems. That was the reason, of course. So now at least it's more stabilized. So I just focus more now on chess again, have more energy to play. That's the explanation without kidding.
After 4 rounds, you proved that.
Let's finish the tournament.
Yeah. Now you are back to big form, and I wish you good luck for the rest of the games. One more question: will you play Blitz in the free day?
Yes, for sure.
Okay, very good. So if you are in Abu Dhabi, please join the Blitz tournament. You can face Grandmaster Jobao, one of the greatest chess players of our time.
Thank you very much. Also in Dubai after this tournament. I'm going to play.
So Badur Jobava is our guest here in Emirates for this tournament or for next Blitz tournament in Dubai.
Goodbye. Thank you very much for attention.
Thank you. And we have a draw on board 1, which really surprised me. I was thinking that Parham Maksulu could win that game. He was a pawn up, but it was a draw suddenly. Okay, Okay, so after 4 rounds, we have a sole leader, Badur Jabava from Georgia, and the players are discussing. I think Parham Maksudlu missed, really he missed today winning chances, because really looks like he could convert his, first of all, positional advantage, and later on material advantage. All right, so we have, after 4 rounds, we have a sole leader, Badur Jabava, with perfect score 4 out of 4, and many players are following him. And first of all, Maksudlu, Petrosyan, Salim won a very nice game, and many other grandmasters. So thank you for staying with us. Thank you, Badur Jabava, for this very nice commentaries. Thank you, our local players, Rodal Serkal, double world champion under 8 and under 9. Current Arab champion Omran Al Hossani. So for sharing with us their analysis, their impression. And tomorrow the round start at 5 o'clock in the afternoon local time with Jabava. With Jabava is playing on the first board, and me, Grandmaster Viorel Duquescu, coach here in Abu Dhabi. I wish you good night and see you tomorrow here in Abu Dhabi for round number 5.